Hello, everyone. How you doing? One second. Sorry. How you doing? I'm gonna zoom in the camera as I probably should have done to start with. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Oh, I should also turn on that light. One second. Oh, Shag! Just starting off with a banger. I didn't even get the chance to explain the thing. Thank you, Shag, for the channel point redemption. Let me turn on the light, and then I'll do the like, you know, the start of the stream stuff as I tend to do. One second. Light's on now. Oh. How y'all doing tonight? As you can see, I don't know if you've seen this before, Lord Bowser. We got a fancy webcam now that I can zoom in and out at will. It's pretty neat, and also does some tracking. Let me say some things up front, and then we'll get to what just happened. First off, the snow melted. Last few days, there's been a bunch of snow, and then late after that, ice covering the outside here in Texas. All that's gone now, which is nice because then now I can go dry places again, which is pretty good and pretty convenient. Though it was novel to have the snow / ice when it lasted. I'll tell you, last night, yeah, no power problems whatsoever. It was all just very chill. Just hanging out indoors and occasionally going out and going like, oh, ice, isn't this weird? The ground is all slippery. The ground is slippery. And wow, I can touch the ice? That is just a coat of ice on this pavement. Wow, that's funny. It's quite a novelty here in Texas to have ice, and so long as it doesn't do anything weird with the power, that's fun. That's just fun. Normal schedule next week. This last week, we've had a weird one with the sticker special on Wednesday and the last chance, last story stream on Sunday, and no Thursday stream. But next week, we'll be going back to Persona Mondays and Thursdays, and viewer levels on Fridays. So that'll be nice. I will say with this new schedule, there's less chance to do like random side streams. Like before, I was doing like playthrough and Mario Maker Monday, and then Thursday was a wild card variety day, and then Friday would be viewer levels. But now with this schedule, there's no variety day to slot in whatever I want to do. So maybe we'll have some extra streams at some point to get in some like, non-Persona, non-Mario Maker streams, and I don't know, but not next week. Next week, I'm just gonna take it easy, do my normal jam. There's a special channel point discount today only on account of, last night, I powered through Mario Party 2 on Nintendo 64 Online, powered through the roller coaster, minigame roller coaster, and as a result, I now have the battle tree unlocked in the minigame island, which I never unlocked as a kid because turns out that minigame island, that roller coaster, is fucking hard, especially to do it without save states, which I was able to abuse a lot for this time. I will say though, one level that you cannot abuse with save states is the level where you just have to mash A and B really fucking hard. Oh my god, that took me like a half hour to actually outdo the computer players and win that one. That was brutal, but I got through it, and now we can do facelift in Mario Party 2. And as a result, I discounted the channel point reward to play 30 minutes of facelift from Mario Party 2, and Shag has immediately just redeemed it, like, right away, even before we started any Mario Maker. So, we're gonna go do that, first thing. So, that'll be fun. This channel point reward is a special one in that like once it's redeemed, it goes away, and I come up with something else dumb that will be a 30-minute type thing that anyone can, can cause at any time by paying a requisite amount of channel points. I'll figure out what that replacement will be by next week, by next Friday, let's say, and have something ready. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but I think we could come up with something fun. Last thing, the final time I'm gonna show off this t-shirt design I did in Animal Crossing New Horizons last Sunday, based on a shirt that I have, an actual shirt that I have. Let me just pull it up. Wrong one. It is this one. There we go. It is the Romani Ranch incident, based on a t-shirt from the Yeti, and it's quite a lovely t-shirt. I think it came out very, very lovely in-game. One thing that Animal Crossing does is it tries to, like, sort of, like, curve edges out based on some algorithm, and during that stream that I made the shirt in, I tried to put a lot of effort into making sure that the edges that were not supposed to be connected, like, curved, and that the curving anti-aliasing stuff looked right, and I think I nailed it. I think that's probably one of the best shirts I've done in Animal Crossing. And also, like I said, it's based on one of my favorite new recent shirts from the Yeti. By, I believe it is 8-Bit Hobo is the one who made it. Maybe 16-Bit Hobo. I forget, but I made a tweet about it last weekend, and a lot of people liked it and retweeted it, and I appreciate that. Anyway, that's the upfront stuff. Thank you for the redemption, Shag. Let's I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do, let's see. Take down the Mario Maker, join for a few. Fantastic. Do I have you as a Switch friend? Make sure, I'm going to bounce out. If anyone wants to join and do this with me, here is my friend code right there. Go ahead and add me. Excited to queue. Yeah, sorry, Shag and Bowser. We got we got a redemption, a channel point redemption to do 30 minutes of facelift. I got a friend request from let's see who that was. That was either Lord Bowser, or I believe Corey. Corey would be Lord Bowser, right? Or no, that's Shag. Shagalicious. I was confused because of the Bowser avatar. That could have been Lord Bowser as well. Let me see now. We got this. The queue is still open, by the way, if y'all want to get in your levels while you wait. That would be fantastic. But let me just go. And we'll be doing it in Mario Party 2 and 64 online. FC, that'd be a good command. I should put that. I should put that in the Nightbot, Lord Bowser. That's a good one. You know what? I'll tell my phone to remind me. Remind me tomorrow. Add !FC Nightbot command. That's surprisingly close to what I said. Yeah, that's basically right. That's a not bad one. And there's Bowser. You're not using an actual image of Bowser. You're using a amiibo to approximate Bowser. Interesting. All right, now let's go to switching games real fast. Thanks to that channel point incentive, I'm going to edit the stream info real fast. "30 minutes of facelift." Thanks. Thanks, Shag. Okay, face. I put in facelift as the game. No, it's Mario Party 2. That's the game. Okay. And tag, I'm gonna put in the fact facelift. I can just put in a tag. Why is it weird? I'm trying to put in a tag facelift, but enter your own tag. I put in the tag facelift. Facelift. The Twitch app on the phone is being weird about me just adding a custom one. There we go. Well, there. That's at the bottom, I guess. That's weird. All right, 30 minutes of facelift. Um, let's go. Let's do it up front here. And let me see if I need to move. If I need to move the Mario Maker queue thing. Do I? Nah, that's pretty good. That timer is above the queue. All right, I'm going to. Oh, let me. I need to switch controllers to be. That's not the right place. I need to switch controllers here. All right then. Mario Party 3, one of the most beautiful games. They don't have that yet. They don't have that yet, but I hope they do at some point in the future. Okay, anyone who wants to join me, first come, first serve, Shag, please go ahead and come on in. I don't know, Highway, if you have N64 online, but you're welcome as well. Lord Bowser, welcome. Anyone watching, you're welcome. I'm gonna tell, I'm just gonna post it to the Discord as well, real fast. Just to let people know. Announcement zone. Facelift. 30 minutes. Facelift got cashed in immediately. We're starting that soon. At all streams, I guess. All streams. There we go. Facelift got redeemed immediately. Haha. All right, yeah, we you gotta hit play while you wait. Pretty sure that you can. Oh, I see. Yes, you're right. Yes, and I'll set a password. This will be something. It'll be 123. Yes, we're doing facelift first. That's right. 30 minutes of facelift as the channel point redemption mandated. Okay, let's see. Corey, yep. There you go. I'll send you an invite. Corey has come to play. I hope our connection is really good, but we'll see. The music might sound weird as a result. I'll also say I didn't unlock it in Mario Party 1, so we can only do the 6 variants of it that are in Mario Party 2, so not the original Bowser variant. I maybe should have gotten it unlocked, but I didn't have enough coins to buy it in Mario Party 1 at the moment, so that's the case there. Mario Party 1 is trash anywhere. That's true. It's not as good. It's very rough. I was playing it, and I went through the whole the minigame island, and there's a lot of the fucking rotate the controller mini games in there, and they're all miserable. Oh my god! And you have to spin it really fast too to actually beat the computer players. It's perhaps less good. Also, I'm not the computer players. I had to do a lot of computer player matches, just like, you know, letting it idle. Huh? Oh, you can only do Lord Bowser's map until you do that, huh? Interesting. I let the computer players play like a bunch of games on each of the maps, and apparently I just unlocked that one as well, because I had to unlock all the mini games in order to get the mini game coaster. Whole thing. Anyway, let's go to the minigame park. We got 2 players. I'm gonna play as Donkey Kong. You're gonna play as Wario. Let's put in Mario and Luigi. You can't go wrong with those 2. What do you want? Shag, you cashed it in. How good do you want these guys to be? Normal or hard? Or, you know, do you want them to just be easy, you know, pushover? Just me and you. Normal? Okay. You got it. Highway likes Mario Party 1, but 3 is eons better. Yes, I would agree. And I would say also 3 is better than 2 myself. I think, Shag, you disagree. You're more on the 2 train. I will say 2 has some of the best minigames. I especially, before we get into it, I especially liked... I liked being the 1 in Shock, Drop, and Roll. To be the 1, I think, is really fun. To be the 3 on the roll, oh my god, it's the worst thing ever. It's such a nightmare. What other games in this game are good? I just played a bunch of them. I think that one's pretty fun. To be the 1, maybe. To be the 1 flicking the bombs, that's less fun, but, you know, whatever. I also appreciate how this game brings back a lot of minigames from the first game, but either reskins them or improves them a bit. Let's see, what else is good? This was the one that took me so long to beat in the roller coaster. Minigame roller coaster, oh my god. Platform Peril, that's a classic. Let's see, what else? Honeycomb Havoc, love the song. That's just... That's, you know... That one's good. A lot of good ones. I think, though, the best one is definitely, good old Facelift, which is why the incentive for all this time has been 30 minutes of Facelift, which... Let's go. Mario Party 3 is your second favorite game of all time, Highway? Damn. That's high. I really love the Mario Party games, but not like top 10 or not even in the vicinity. It's just, you know, one among like dozens of games that I love. I wouldn't rank. I don't like ranking beyond like top 5 or top 10 maybe. So I don't know like whereabouts it stands, but yes, let's do it. All right, I'm gonna start the timer. I'm gonna pull up the 30 minutes of Facelift starting now. How does that look? Is that readable? That's pretty readable. I fucked up my OBS 1 second. There we go, let me fix that real fast before we continue. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. That there. Okay, 30 minutes of Facelift. Starting now. We want to just go in order, right? You just want to like go around the horn. Facelift 1, Facelift 2, etc. Let's go. Yes, Shagalicious says yes. Okay, so this is Facelift, famous Mario Party. Oh, I'm DK. I was looking at Mario for some reason. You grab parts of Mario's head, and then you stretch them out accordingly, and you try to match the one at the side. And you get scored based on how close you are. Let's see. Who's closer, me or Shag? Is that Shag? Shag's closer. Damn, dude. Good work. See how... Hopefully we'll go back and forth on this. Okay, type 2. Type 2 is also known as Luigi. Alright, and by the way, if you're wondering, oh, you didn't look at the instructions last time, fix that nose, raise those cheeks, tug and pull your face, and match the example. The closest person wins. We can reset by hitting B. That's important. You grab with A and you move with the stick. Watch the hand to see what you can grab. When it quits blinking, you can grab with the A button. The instructions are the same every time, so we don't need to read them. Okay, that's good. Like a little down on this. Mustache looks unchanged. Drag it this way. Ears down. Maybe a little bit out. Like a little bit out. More down than out. Ooh, that actually looks really good to me. Yeah, I think that's just about right. This will be close. Oh, I got that one. Nice work, Shag. I knew I was right on the money there. Okay, type 3, which is Peach. I only been able to like choose a specific face and facelift as of yesterday, and I went through each of them once. Before the stream, and I was surprised that this one is just you only can do her hair. That's strange. I never knew that, despite loving this minigame, because, like I said, you basically could never play it properly. I think we want to flip it up like this. These need to be low. Alright, let's see. Shag got that one. Nice work. Alright. Type 4 is Yoshi. Yoshi, stretch that. Yoshi can do the cheeks, the mouth, and the nose, I think. I don't know if he can do the eyes. Like a little bit to the side there. Nose definitely down, but not like that far down. Like, yeah, like there. And I don't think you can do the eyes. You know what? The tutorial mentioned that the hand is blinking. Now that I notice, the hand is blinking when you're not on something you can grab. That, I don't think I ever really noticed that before. I think this is about right. Maybe the cheek on the left. Wow, 100? We both did pretty good on that, but 100, that's a perfect score. Yeah, that's right, 100, says Shagalicious. Wario, let's go. Let's do it. Okay, it looks like everything moved a little here. 100 means you did it just perfectly. Like, yay. Open the mouth like such. Just stretch out that mustache. Okay, I think we're good. Yes! We got it. Nice. The computer players are not doing very good at all. And this is the last of the different types of facelift. The Donkey Kong facelift. Like the character I'm playing of. Last one for you, Shag. Okay, we'll quit out after this one and get some more computer players in. Or maybe we'll just go with no Wario. Like that, yeah. Like it there. Drag out the ears as such. That looks good. Dang, Shag got it. What was the total score? Was it like 3-3 either way? Or was it, what was it? Let's see. I won at least 2. Maybe a third, but you got okay, it was 4-2 apparently. Shag was keeping track better than I was. Good games. I could keep playing. If anyone else wants to join in, you know, be my guest, you'll take over where Shag was controlling. And, well, there's 23 minutes left. Let's continue. I'll do a card while we're doing this. I've been playing some Mario Party. Well, that one I kind of already talked about now, haven't I? Yeah, I've been playing this since, you know, like I said, I had a sub goal that I gave up on. But that sub goal involved a little Mario Party, so I had been holding off on doing it. But now that we've, you know, given up on that, I was free to just do a little bit of Mario Party, and this one needs to be a little farther out. And been, you know, unlocking shit and going through all that. I think that's pretty good. 94, take it. And unlocking all the stuff and having a pretty good time. With Mario Party 2, it's very convenient because you can just like automatically set computer players to do it. And I was a little miffed when I noticed that, like, oh, you have to unlock every minigame independently. But then I realized, like, oh, hang on. But then I realized, like, oh, well, it only takes, like, 5 computer player games, maybe 5 or 6 computer player games to actually unlock everything. I think this needs to be a little bit up. The mustache is the same, looks like. A little bit over. This is good. You only need to do it like 5, 6, maybe even 7 times to unlock everything, and that's not that many games in the grand scheme of things. 98! Damn, that's good. Let's see if we can get a 100 by the time the timer is out. But yeah, once I did that, went through the roller coaster, the minigame roller coaster, which I said was fun. I used save states extensively in order to get through it, like in a, you know, good manner. And on some minigames where it would be hard to, like, it'd be hard or tedious, I just, you know, used those. It's especially because in this game you have to beat the minigame roller coaster twice, once on easy and once on hard. You know, made it that made it so that that made it a little annoying to go through. So I figured, like, okay, well, look, I'm not gonna spend 100 hours trying to beat, like, you know, you name it, some specific game. So, like I said, the one where you mash the button, no amount of cheesing could help me with that one. And I tried some shit, man. I tried mapping. You know how you can remap controls on the Switch? I tried remapping, like, multiple buttons to A and B, but turns out that alternating between 2 buttons is not as fast as just tapping buttons repeatedly. Ultimately, it was a combination of that and also trying to get the RNG where the computer players were not that fast, you know, or they didn't get as far as perhaps they would on their best days. You know, they could go up to like 30 yards sometimes, and sometimes as low as like 25. And found a game where they did 25-ish, and that's pretty. The mouth is pretty small there, and managed to beat them after some cajoling. But Jesus Christ, that was merciless. I can see why I didn't beat that as a kid. Never beat the minigame coaster as a kid. First off, like, one of the first minigames in the coaster is goddamn slot cars, and you get 3 lives to do it. Without save states before each of the levels, I don't know that I would have been able to do it. Like, that is just, woo. In the first game, you get a life every time you beat a level, every time you meet a minigame. This time you just get 10 coins, and you have to get 100 coins to get a life. If you were to redeem it now, it should be set where it's only one use per stream, and I'll tell you, after this stream, this incentive is going to be retired. It's going to be retired, and I'll come up with something else to do for 30 minutes that'll be another dumb idea that y'all can make me do. If y'all have ideas, I'll take them. Also, by the way, Key Squared, if we're Switch friends and you want to get in on this, be my guest. That is the session is open. 123 is the passcode. Anyone is welcome to come in. And if we need to, if like multiple people were to come in, I would, I'd do a thing. I'd go back so that we could have 3 players rather than just 2. You don't have N64 on Switch? Gotcha. Key Squared, I understand. Not everyone does. Well, this is... I don't think we did the hair last time. Maybe we did, actually. I don't remember. I think the last time we did Donkey Kong. Crunch in that. Looks pretty good. A little bit up here. I think that ought to do it. The mouth is unmoved on this one, I think. 96. That's nice. How about another card? I got more of them. Y'all know a Party Planner 64? This was something that Highway reminded me of before the stream. Reminded me of this thing that basically it's a mod. It's like a way that you can mod the N64 Mario parties to have like custom boards and stuff, and it's pretty neat. I was reminded of this by Highway, but there was a time where I was looking at that and being like, God damn, that's cool. And looking at their website and looking at all the boards available and go, God damn, I wanna try that. I wanna do that, and I never did. And this was before I started streaming, so I didn't really have the venue for any such funny business. Like there, a little, oops, less. Yeah, like that's a little bit off, but it's still good enough to win. 93, I'll take it. And there's a lot of custom maps, from people repurposing maps from other games, like Earthbound. Highway showed me one of his from Earthbound. Oh, you're not. Also, I missed when Highway said your #1 was Earthbound or Rhythm of Heaven, Touch and Go. Wait, Yoshi Touch and Go is in your top 5? That is quite unusual, Highway. Jeez. Anyway. Seemed pretty neat. Maybe we'll check that out at some point. I don't know, if that would be like a fun stream thing, but there's some good shit on there. Like, I remember that people have made you know how in, that's actually the bad way to lead into it, but other maps in other Mario parties? See what I mean? That was a bad way to lead to that. People have done maps from other Mario parties in the original N64 Mario parties. Like, if you want to play, what is it? Shy Guy's Toy? No, it's not Shy Guy's Toy Box. It's there's some Toy Box map in Mario Party 4 or Mario Party 5 or something, and people have made that, but in Mario Party 3 using Party Planner 64. It's pretty fucking neat. Pretty fucking neat. Definitely worth a look. Every time on this one, the hair has been like this, rather than had been put the top hair down. Wish that it gave me some different RNG here. Something different would be a nice change of pace. I think we're good. How about another card? An idea I had for an emote was playing this game and I saw Toad with like a boat around his body in like the pirate map, and he just goes like, you know, he starts like going wild. He starts like going like up and down when he's talking all enthusiastically. That could probably be a good emote, like a good animated one. I have no idea like when I would actually do that, but it's one that's on the back of my mind, one that I could put together. I don't know, maybe I'll do that at some point. No promises. Okay, next one. What would be a good game to do like a 30-minute incentive on? Could it be like a single level of something? The first time I did this 30-minute incentive, wacky incentive, channel point thing. Again, the mouth is gonna be all recessed and shit. First time I did this, the game was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I did 30 minutes of what's it called? Metal Harbor. 30 minutes of Metal Harbor. This time it was 30 minutes of Facelift. What's the next dumb one? I think it should be not Mario, because I just did Mario. You know, this is Mario. So I think like something else would be a good, you know, a good thing, but I'm not sure what exactly. Not yet. I'll have to look over my library of games, what options I have. You know, it'd be nice if, like this one, you know, we have the option to do multiplayer if anyone wanted to join, or, you know, do some actual matches and shit. Mouth open like this. I feel like the mouth has been open like this every time. Ears out like this. Not sure yet what it would be. I think I have a list in like Clear in my notes app actually. Let me see if I had a list of stream stuff. Did I? Stream stuff, powering the 30-minute incentive. Here we go. No, I just have the things that have been. No other ideas yet. I really need to think about that because, like I said, the incentive is gonna go away for a week, and then next week it's gonna be back with something new. I wonder though, should it be more expensive next time? Because it was set at 6,000 for a while, but I feel like people must have a lot of channel points saved up by now, right? So maybe that one will be maybe we should make it a little pricier, at least to begin with. Maybe over time. Maybe the way it should go is that the longer it's in play, the longer the sub goal, the channel point goal is there, the cheaper it gets. Maybe that'd be a fun way to do it. I think that guy at the bottom, 16. That guy got 69. I got 98. That's really good, but he did get the funny number. That computer player. Okay, there's a little over 10 minutes left. Nearly 2/3 done with this ridiculous thing. I swear, a lot of these faces end up being very, very similar. I've never been able to play this version repeatedly, so I've never noticed this, but I don't know, maybe I wonder if the original N64 version of Facelift has a little bit more. That looks pretty good. A bit more variety on the RNG, I wonder. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. By the way, also, if y'all like Mario Maker, you can get in those levels. The queue is open for that. And we will return to that after 10 more minutes. Okay. It's not complicated. I've done this. Let's do another card. You hear about Netflix to crack down on password sharing, aka rip Netflix, or will they? They actually I feel like we've seen this face with the mouth going up, specifically to the right, like a half dozen times. It's weird. They said the other day that they're doing it, and then earlier today, they said, wait, never mind, we didn't mean to post that. We're not doing it yet. Which is it's a way to say, you know, they're not doing it, but they didn't mean to scare anyone just yet. Basically, geez, that guy is a little close considering he's a computer player. So yeah, they said a bunch of shit, and then they say, oh, never mind. I think what happened is they put out that announcement, and immediately, a lot of people said, okay, I'm canceling my sub. I'm canceling my subscription right now. And they saw that sudden, like, downtick in subscriptions, and they said, oh my god, we gotta fix this. We gotta do something. Oh my fuck. And, you know, as a result, they said, never mind. That is to say, I think they're still gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it exactly as it was, right? Pretty much. I think they're still gonna do it pretty much the same. 99, that's damn close to perfect. But I reckon they're gonna not announce it ahead of time because whenever they announce it, they're gonna get a huge downtick in subscriptions, and that's gonna look bad. Whereas, like, oh, maybe when we actually do it, we'll get people, like, signing up for... Here's the executive logic, right? Like, oh, well, when we announce it, the only thing that's gonna happen is people are gonna unsubscribe. But when we put it in effect for real, maybe people will subscribe extra, you know, like to keep subscriptions where they otherwise wouldn't have it. It's a dumb idea that's going to crash and burn the company, but to the executives' eyes, it's better than just slowly dying, I think is the idea, right? Like, oh, it's better to take a chance to make a little bit more money than to make the same amount of money, except a little less year over year, you know? Decline is just as bad as crashing and burning to executives and executive types. So they're gonna burn the company down and, you know, whatever. I'll say, just in defense of password sharing, just out of principle, right? I think password sharing has a lot of benefits. Has a lot of benefits for streaming services that go unappreciated in favor of just like, you know, a rush to try to find a little bit of money. A little bit more money. That doesn't look right. Actually, that looks fine. A bit like that. There we go. 91. But yeah, they're in pursuit of a little bit more money. They're crashing it. And here's the arguments I have in favor of password sharing. Like, the reasons why it's good for companies. One is that, you know, especially in Netflix's case, there's already limitations on how many streams you can have at once, or how many streams you can have going at the same time from one account. And indeed, they have an upcharge to, you know, allow you to do more. This is perhaps the most interesting Donkey Kong face we've seen, by the way. That's pretty neat. They have an upcharge that lets you have more streams, which, you know, to my mind, that's already how they're charging people who share these things, right? That's already a way to upcharge, you know, password sharers, right? But the second thing is, so like the idea that there's like 40 or 60 people is a fantasy, because you would have to coordinate and be like, okay, well, who watches on Friday nights? If someone's watching on Friday night, then everyone else would be fucked, right? You can only have like maximum of 4 on a single account, and that's only the most expensive tier as well, so, you know, jot that down. Second off, with that in mind, when people share passwords, it means that families can subscribe to more services, which means that, you know, you might not really get that much value out of Hulu or, you know, a particular service like Hulu or something, right? But, you know, if you're the one, if all the other services are paid for by other people in the family, you might as well be like, okay, well, I'll get Hulu, and we'll share that, and we'll get Hulu, we'll get HBO, we'll get Amazon, we'll get 100! We'll get, we'll get a little bit of everything, and that means that... Nice 100, thank you, Shag. You're not the only one who got 100 tonight, I'm happy to say. And that means that people get more services, and that wealth, that, you know, it's spread around a little bit. And the last thing I'll say in favor of password sharing is that when you share a password or an account with multiple people, it's a little more resilient to being canceled. You know, like, say if I have a Netflix of my own. Let's say I had a Netflix of my own. If I didn't watch anything in a month, I would say, okay, well, I'm canceling. Oh, I'm canceling this month. And I would do the thing where I only subscribed when I was specifically watching something. But if my account is a shared account with my whole family, then I could say, like, okay, well, maybe my parents watch something. Maybe my sister is watching something. And then, you know, you would go from there. You'd say, like, okay, well, I can't just cancel it. Let's just keep it on all the time, and it's fine. So, you know, this is also a way for Netflix to become not something that everyone has on all the time without thinking. Another unique face. We're actually getting a different face for Peach this time. Very nice. This one's a little lower than the one on the side, but not that much lower, like yay lower. Maybe like... higher. A little higher too. That looks pretty good. 99! Damn! That was damn near close. That was damn near 100. Anyway, that's the Netflix rant. You know, little rant about how Netflix is doing some dumb stuff, and they backed down at least, so, you know, maybe when they put this into effect and they realize, like, oh no, a lot of people unsubscribed, and not very many people resubscribed. Maybe they'll reverse course, but honestly, once people unsubscribe, they're gonna find that they don't need Netflix all that much, and, you know, I think Netflix has some dark days ahead. They're in fucking trouble. You know, you think about when Xbox said, okay, you have to be online all the time. Think about how much flack they took and how much people, like, didn't realize that they backed down. It's too late, Netflix. You already said it, and now people are gonna think it, whether or not you reverse course or not. We're in the last minute here. I think this might be the last one. Should we do one more to do one more Donkey Kong? Just complete the loop? Why not? Why not? Nose goes up. A little higher, but not that much higher. Okay, that looks good. 90. Oh, the timer went off right before I went to the last one. That was 30 minutes of facelift. We did, what was that, like 4 loops around? You know what, we'll do one more on a... No, we won't. We won't do one more. Let's not be so... Let's be normal. Actually, I can't get out of here. We'll do one more. Oops. I wanted to keep the thing, actually. That there was 30 minutes of facelift. Thank you for the redemption, Jag. I'm just gonna do one more. We're gonna try to get as good as we can on this last one. Thank you, thank you. We'll be resuming the normally scheduled Mario Party, or sorry, Mario Maker 95, not bad. Shortly. Thank you all thank you Shag for the redemption. And thanks everyone for watching. This channel point incentive, came up with it a while ago. Never got cashed in. So I'm happy to see it get cashed in finally. That means I have to come up with something new now, which I'll come up with something new in the near future. I haven't quite gotten any ideas yet, but by next Friday, let's say, I'll have decided on something. It won't be Mario, and it won't be Sonic, because that was what the last two were, but it'll be something fun. I was thinking about doing one more minigame, like maybe this guy here. Okay, one more. I want to be the one on this one and fuck up these computer players real fast, because I like this game a lot. I like this game a lot, and during the minigame roller coaster, you only get to play this from the side of the three, so I was kind of jealous that they got to play it. They got to play this part, which is the fun part. Like, oh man, this is fun. Get fucked! that is fun. Jeez, I want to play that with people. God, it's so tempting to just say, like, what if the next time it was shock, drop, and roll? Oh, also, I guess one of those was just, you know, was just you know, player 2, who isn't being played by anyone at the moment. But still, very, very satisfying to fuck up some fools on that. Jeez. I wish I had more opportunities to play that against people. That game in particular, because, ooh, that would feel so good. That would feel so good. It's time for Mario Maker. Time to go back to Mario Maker. Let me switch controllers as well. And change the name and game of the stream. Mario Maker viewer levels as regularly scheduled. Viewer levels, plain and simple. This is what the title is going to be for this. I'm going to change it to Mario Maker 2. Beautiful. I just saw when I was putting that in. Mario Maker 2. Oh, there's millions of followers on this, but only 700 people watching. Okay, never mind. I thought it said millions of people watching right now. And I said, that seems ridiculous. For Mario Maker as a whole. But it's the other way. That's how many people follow Mario Maker. Let me get that thing down. And get this back up. Folks, it's time for the Mario Maker viewer levels. Get them in, get them in. Yeah, Highway has been waiting patiently for his level to be played. I appreciate you hanging around and watching me play some Mario Party. For just 30 minutes, I guess it took, like, all things included, around about an hour to get through it, to get it all set up and shit, so, you know, I guess it is a little bit more than just, you know, the equivalent of waiting through a couple of levels in the, you know, a couple of other people's levels, right? Still, it's fun, though. You checked on off? Gotcha. You laughed when DK had 0 points. That was because, I had, Shag was playing Shag was playing as one of the computer players, but, he had to bounce, so, as one of the players, so he bounced, and that left, you know, a basically non-player player 2. That's why it was 0 for a lot of them, if you were wondering. Also, I haven't played this game in a bit. As I see every time now I start up one of these streams, a lot of people have been playing my levels and liking them, which, again, I always appreciate. What are we at total, as far as likes goes? 15,105. Look at that, a lot of 1s and 5s in that. That's nice, I like that. Folks, it's viewer level time. Let me tell you how it works. Let me tell you how it works if you don't know. If you are here when your level comes up, I will give your level the full time of day. The full attention, all that. That means 15 minutes plus 5 last tries if that's not enough. If you are not here, I will still play the level, but I do so in very nearly but not quite sudden death, in which I only have 2 tries to beat the level. 2 tries to beat the level, refreshing at checkpoints. That's how we do things. I think that's a fun compromise between, you know, prioritizing the people who stick around and playing more levels. And it sort of makes those levels a little bit of a challenge. How hard is it for you to design the actual world in a super world? You like it despite the limitations? You can do stuff with it? Yeah, I think it, I'll answer that. That's a good question, Highway. I'll go into the world maker, into my own super world to answer that question. I think it's not a trivial matter, and it does take a little bit of thought. For me, the hard part is just trying to match the map and the like places that it goes to levels. Like for instance, this one is Mischief Mesa, so it has to be on top of a mesa. And this one, as Grand Gully, has some trees in it, so I wanted to put some trees around it. This one's a cave level, so, you know, it'd be nice if it had... This one is Fossil Fracas, so I had to put some fossils nearby. And for this one has a lot of, like, platforms that are lifted up by like, twisters. So I figured that having a bridge over the water maybe makes it look a little bit like it's being pushed up by a twister or something. Maybe, if you, like, use your imagination. So that's kind of where I fall, is that, like, oh, I like the map to reflect how each level is. Like, this one here, this is one I had a little bit of inspiration on. This is Catwalk Capers, so I sort of made this look like Catwalk. You know, like Catwalk over this part. At least that's how I see it. I don't know if people realize that. This one is Smokestack Attack, so it's kind of like on a cloud bank. This one is the city level. I guess Red Gooder Gal. I guess you could see that as a city block, but you have to really use your imagination. Everything here is pretty normal, self-explanatory. This one, this world, I had the idea to make it into more of an oceanic world, even though it's the default one. So the difficult part was more just, you know, making an interesting, like, archipelago. Though on this one, this is a lava level, I wanted to make this into a little bit of a volcano over here, so that's how I decided to represent that. World 6, I went through a lot of iteration on. In fact, this is actually a new version of it. They'll be seen, like, the next time it goes live, but for this one here, we have Phantasm Chasm, so I had to make this one go through a gap between two. You know, it had to go through a chasm. But the other thing about this one is I wanted to have a sort of a split path, make it so that you could either do one of the hardest levels that I've had so far. It's hard in that it kills you if you're very impatient. So, you know, but it's very fair, and a puzzle level that's a little longer than most levels, so, you know, you'll have the choice of one or the other. If it turns out you're not feeling one of them, you can just go right on by. I wanted to make this world seem strange. I feel like this one is my best one, though, as far as the world map goes, with this three-way split and using the things as asteroids, right? How hard? So the question was, how hard did I find coming up with all these ways to do the world map? It's I don't think it's a matter of, like, how hard it is so much as, like, if you think about it for long enough and let things stew in the back of your mind and mess around with it occasionally, eventually you'll come up with some really good ideas. And, you know, that's sort of how it was for me. I didn't like actively, I didn't like sit down and go like, okay, well, how's this world's gonna be? I just sort of, you know, put something down, and eventually when I actually got to the world, I was like, okay, actually, with what I know about each of these levels, this should be more like this, so let me try messing around until I have something that looks basically right. And that's how I go. With this world, I wanted it to sort of be like the special worlds, and structured a little bit like special in Super Mario World, in that where you go to the right first and then to the left, because this is, you know, like the last. This is the last world. You know, it's sort of like a bonus world in like the DKC sense. This is bonus biome. The last world is called. But hope that answered your question. Let's play this first level by highway. Let's play it. I'm doing interesting things you didn't even know you could do, like the floating pillars and paths. The floating is just like an illusion, I'll say, but yeah, totally. I get you. I get you. Get this camera thing out the way. Let's go ahead and start this first level. Thank y'all. Thank you for getting it in, and also thank you to Bowser getting one in. I don't mind you lurking a bit. I'll at you when your turn is up, if that helps. Wait, that was not the code. I totally misentered it. I don't know what the fuck I entered. The last character, I think, was the only wrong one, actually. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do this level in a snowbound land. Oh, like the... I just dribbled some water on me. Great. Kinda cold. In a snowbound land. This one seems fun. Maybe a little bit on the difficult side. I'm putting 15 minutes on the clock. There's 2 checkpoints, I hear. Oh, because it's a... What am I doing? It's a, you said it has checkpoints, so you couldn't have done a clear condition. Gotcha. But I think I will probably need all these coins. So let's get them all, you know, using our skill. Okay. Oh! I didn't notice that there was a second fire there. You have to time that really good, huh? Not just very good, really good. Let's go. Got a couple more cards. Why don't I pull one out and talk about what's on it? Did you hear that Twitter ad revenue will be exclusive to Blue? Yeah, so Twitter is implementing ad revenue for people with popular tweets. Great! There we go, we got through that the second time. It's exclusive to people who pay for Twitter Blue. Oh, okay. Never mind, not so great. One of many baffling decisions out of Elon Musk Twitter. I tell you, like, after... I feel like with this news and another piece of Twitter news that came out the last few days, it's like Elon Musk saw that Netflix was, you know, the people were talking about like, oh, Netflix is destroying themselves fast. And they said, wait. Please don't forget who is the... Fucking... Please do not forget who is the king of fucking up their own business interests. That's right, it's new Netflix, which is trying to make $1 billion, or tens of billions of dollars from a company that is like moderately profitable, and mostly from ads that, and advertisers that don't trust the new regime that much, for understandable reasons. Okay, the problem here was that I kept getting scared, honestly. I need a shell to hit that, but I don't have a shell. you do there? I wonder. It's not like an invisible one anywhere. This is a really neat little thing right here, though it is a little hard to get through, I guess. I like it, though. You can reset the donut thing. Yes, that's true. That is fair. I did not try to do that. Probably should have done. Oh, maybe we gotta like escort the Koopa shell. We gotta escort the Koopa shell. Make sure it doesn't despawn before it, you know, does a thing. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We don't need to hit it on-off or anything. Why am I one short? I'm one short. I feel like I should be... Whoops. I feel like I should have had all 5 of them by that point. Did I miss one earlier? Speaking of Netflix, one more Netflix thing. Their API is going premium. Wow, bad idea. It's really bad idea. I've heard people say like, oh, this is gonna affect everything. Like, you know, basically what that means is that like bots are gonna be all the way down. Like any fun Twitter you follow, that's just like, oh, a random frame of... There was one recently I saw that was like a random frame of Bochi the Rock every such and such, you know, minutes, hours, whatever, right? Anything like that is going to be, you know, out of the question because Twitter is going to be demanding like tens of thousands of dollars for anyone to operate such an account, which that's yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's a lot of money to ask for operating a fucking dumbass bot. But yeah, I don't know if the price is accurate, but still, asking for any money at all to run like a silly bot that honestly brings value to the site and, you know, is one of the reasons people use Twitter, is just, you gotta be out your fucking mind, right? It's just that. Again, another example of how, like, Elon Musk is just frantically looking for ways to sink the company, right? To ruin Twitter, to run it into the ground. Just like incredibly bad ideas. He's keeps on coming up with new ones. It's astounding. Also, I've heard that might be affected is like you know, like systems, like you know how when you upload a picture from your Switch and you upload it to Twitter, that might be that might be affected by this. So, you know, we might not be able to post pictures or videos from your Switch to Twitter anymore. And I'll say, like, I've been using Twitter less and less since, you know, they banned tweetbots, which is what I used historically for the last 10 years most of the time. Well, I guess I used tweetbot for a while as well, but that was a long time ago. Anyway, I haven't been using it that much, but one thing I do use it for, and will use it for, I imagine, is like posting level previews to Twitter. You know, so when I put out a new level, whenever I finish a new level, I like to post a 30-second video of it to Twitter, so that, you know, people can see it there and maybe check it out as a result. And I'm sure, you know, a lot of y'all are also level creators. Maybe y'all do similar things. You know, use Twitter, use clips of levels to promote them or some such. And that's just gonna be... That's being threatened by this new policy, which seems... I mean, I don't know, maybe Nintendo is big enough where they'll say, like, okay, well, Nintendo, you can continue doing it, but... Yeah, that is just... If that happens, I mean, I don't know, maybe I should be posting those elsewhere anyway. You know, maybe I should post them to YouTube or something. Like, video clips for, you know, a trailer for each new level I do just to my YouTube channel, which, you know, I've been posting the VODs there, of VODs of these streams. Maybe I could also post those videos as well. The videos that I use to promote new ones. But I don't know, man. I've been doing it like this for so long. It would be weird to do differently, you know? Again, I don't know. All just so many terrible bad ideas. Wait, we're not we don't have the checkpoint yet? Jeez, I would have thought we would have a checkpoint after this after the key section. Okay, well, let's be good and go backwards then. Okay, good. The checkpoints. It wasn't that far. It wasn't that far from where we were. Cool. Nice. That's a nice little Mario thing. The whole green shell into a couple of question mark blocks. One thing you know, like I said, I also do now have a capture card, which means that, you know, I don't even have to do the clips like the old-fashioned way, just get a clip off, you know, by holding down the share button, right? I could just capture it with my capture card and, you know, go from there. But I don't know, man. There's something appealing to the old-fashioned way of doing it, just posting it on the Twitter. I feel like it's more likely to, you know, be retweeted and shared versus just like a YouTube video of it. I don't know. A lot that is up in the air, and, you know, again, Twitter is just continues to make the most baffling decisions you've ever seen. And I don't know if they're that long for this world. I'll tell you this time next year, I wouldn't be surprised if Twitter was basically donezo, was basically down for the count. But at the same time, you know, I don't think that the Twitter competitors are there yet as far as, you know... I think there's something down there? Yeah, there's a cloud, so you can definitely go under. Aha! Okay, here we go. We found the way. Wait. This is where we came from, right? But now we have the thing switched the other way, so we can go over here and... Look at that, there's a P. Eh? Oh, wow! That's fun. I didn't realize that the one area was to the right of the other area. Wow. That disoriented me for a second there. Just like, wait, what? What the fuck? I'm over here? That was really neat, Highway. I thought that was a very nice touch. Damn it. Oh, damn. I feel like we were nearly to the checkpoint there. Thank you for the follow. The Big Chillery Tea. That's a nice name. That's why you added the donuts. Yeah, I was thinking about that as I you know, went over. Hola. Hello, dude. How you doing? I was thinking about that as I went over the thing. Just, oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's no... Gotta wait until the spinies stop for a second. No good at all. Let's, we'll do it clean this time. We still got time on the clock. And like I said, 5 last tries. What am I doing? I need to just charge. I need to just ram it before the guys appear on the path. How's your day been? It's been pretty good. You know, just a regular day at work, and then some viewer level type things. And also there was a Mario Party thing that got redeemed today, a channel point reward. Not important at the moment. Oh shit, is facelift still a tag on this stream? That's fine. Facelift, that can be a tag. Queue is open. Y'all want to get in some levels, y'all who just came on by. Appreciate, whatever levels you have to offer. Right now I'm doing highways. And after that will be Lord Bowser's. And, after that, Night is Young. The way I did it, says Highway, you're supposed to go through the cloud and then follow the spinies like you are. Yes. Oh! Oh, I see. Like, go through the cloud on the way in. I didn't think about that. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense maybe than the way I've been doing it. Come to think of it. Okay, hit this. Go under. Over here, right? Big Chillery, thank you for the level. I appreciate it. It's interesting to see how others play your levels. Yeah, totally. I mean, I think, like, with a lot of levels like this especially, right? There's, like, a built-in logic to them, right? Where, like, okay, you do this and that, and then go here, and that's just the only way the level can be played successfully, and it's fun to see people... I hope, anyway. It's fun to see me, specifically, puzzle that out and go through all the steps, one at a time. So glad this isn't like night. This isn't night mountain, and that it's not slippery. Is it slippery? No, it would be a if it was slippery, if it was Night Mountain, it would be piano. The theme would be by piano. Quite thrilling, this section. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm ready. Yee! That is fun. Got some fun-ass gameplay here. Oop. Ah! Oh no! Did I checkpoint? Didn't checkpoint. Alright, we got 5 tries left. I missed a checkpoint? Oh my god, I didn't see it. And let's do it this way, the way that you suggested the last time. Don't worry, we'll get through them. By the way, anyone curious, if there's a timeout, anything of the sort, that counts as all our tries, That's how we do it, as far as 5 last tries go. We know what to do. We'll get through this right fast. Oh, the place where you do... If we had hit the on-off, we would have gotten a checkpoint, huh? I didn't realize that. I thought... Was this... if the checkpoint was visible, I didn't notice it, but... I just thought that area looked like a trap. Like, oh, if I had... Maybe not a trap, but... Looked optional. The way that if the on-off had been the other way, I wouldn't be able to go up it, if that makes sense. Okay, I have to go this way. Oh, damn. Well, we got it this time, I think. I think we got this level clocked. Figured out all that. Let's go down. Let's go this way, actually. Yeah, this is a faster way than going through the spiny. The checkpoint's over here, right? Does anyone want to see a new Super Mario Brothers DS theme added? Go ahead, yeah. Any level is cool. Okay, so there's a checkpoint through this pipe. Okay. Didn't realize that. That helps having the thing. Sometimes we check. Wait a minute, there's a bonus up there. That was a hell of a way to lose a life. Let's ignore that. We don't need that bonus. That's nothing to us. Nintendo. Oh, I see what you mean. New Super Mario Brothers DS. I thought you meant the other one, New Super Mario Brothers Wii U. I see. Personally, let me answer the question. Let me take your question and use that as a way to spin off into another topic, which is a related topic. Themes I think would be good to add. I think like a Super Mario Brothers Land one would be interesting. You know, it's kind of lo-fi and shit. But if you want to know like what I think would be a good addition, I think that like a Yoshi's Island would be a good one because you know that game has really good art. And I think that'd be a really cool like striking theme to add. Also, it has a lot of mechanics that you know would be pretty. Fuck. That would be pretty different for, that would be pretty different and pretty unique, you know? Like, you can do a lot of stuff. That game has a lot of stuff. We got 2 tries left, folks. Let's do it. Hello, Pegwig. Pogwig? Pegwig. There we go. Thank you for the... Fuck! For the level. We have one. Super Mario Land is 1 and 2 for sure. Yoshi's Island, Odyssey 64. Yeah, that's a lot. I think. Really, what I would like the most is would be for Nintendo to just make a new theme. You know what I mean? Like. Would be for Nintendo to make a new 2D Mario that has a new and unique like art style, and then they could you know make that into the next Mario Maker. You know, I think that would be the best possible choice. You know, and I'd really like an HD 2D type game. You know, like Rayman Origins. You know, sort of like handcrafted and shit. That's sort of what I'm looking for out of. You know, whatever 2D Mario they do. Alright, that would be my wish, right? I think of the new U level, where it's like painterly, you know? It's like Van Gogh styled. I think that's the coolest level in new U for style purposes, and you know, if they were to like I don't know, extend that out into like a full game of like, you could do a Mario where he goes into like different paintings or something. Wait a minute, that's been done. You could do a Mario where he goes into like historical paintings or some shit, and you know, they could each be like different levels, similar to that one new. It's similar to that one new U level. You know, you could have like a Van Gogh level, you could have like all sorts of stuff like that. You got a first clear for me, J-Dog? Well, go ahead and get it. Hey, you know what? We cleared it! Hey! We had 1 try left, but we got through. Fucking good! Oh, that was close. That was real goddamn close. Thank you for the level, highway. I appreciate it. We got a lot of levels in queue now, huh? I'm gonna pull that down. And let's keep going here. Let's do the next level. I'm gonna hit complete so that the thing knows that I've completed highways level. Next up is Bowser. Bowser said he was lurking, but let me at-lurk Bowser, let him know. You are up. Or Bowser, you are up. For those who don't know, who haven't been here, let me say again how this works. If you're here when your level comes up, Mario Maker 3 has so much potential. I hope they don't screw it up. Hell yeah, I hope that as well. I am really looking forward to that. And also, you know, as a Mario Maker streamer, I bet that'll be like the busy season for me. That'll get me in front of a lot more people. I would have to imagine. Like that's gonna be sweep weeks whenever that hits. Mario Maker 3. That'll be really great. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to whenever they do that. I'm sure they will. You know, Mario Maker 2, very successful games. And I see no reason why they wouldn't do a 3, you know, within like 2 to 5 years. Maybe whenever they do another platform, you know, like the next Wii. Maybe that's when they'll do it. Bowser is here. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and get in. You want me to do the world, you said, right? The world. She'll make. Oh, is this your friend's course that you submitted? Your friend's world that you submitted like in previous times, Bowser? Because your super world, it's being uploaded, or at least the last couple levels are, like end of the week or end of the month or something like that, sometime soon. So it's not uploaded yet, in other words. If they do it right, there's a big chance they won't need to make any more 2D games. I mean, I think they should anyway, and you know, they haven't, honestly, since like the last Mario Maker came out. They haven't made a new original 2D Mario, but I would like it if they do, because, you know, as good as you can do, there are things you can do in a, you know, handcrafted game, like enemy types, mechanics, etc., that you can't do in Mario Maker, no matter how you try, right? Even if they had like a million billion different mechanics, there would still be one that you couldn't technically make for X reason. Let's play this one. Put 15 minutes on the clock, and let's go. I guess if they did like a Mario Maker where you could like program, like, if you could like edit enemy behavior, right? That would be like powerful to the point where you could do a lot of stuff, right? Like if you could say like, oh, I want to have it so that these Spinies, these guys like do a jump every time I jump, you know, like in, you know, is it Loopy Lights in Donkey Kong Country? There's a Donkey Kong Country level where the claptraps jump every time you jump. And of course there's enemies in this game that do that, but, you know, what if you wanted these spike guys to jump whenever you jumped? You know, and if you could edit their behavior, you could totally do something like that. Or if you wanted them to just like jump repeatedly on end without moving left or right, you could do that. If you wanted them to jump as they move forward, you know. If you wanted to do like different color variants that behaved in different ways, perhaps. Or maybe the key would be not to make it so that you could recognize these archetypes, right? Just to make like more enemy variants so that you could have more variety. I'll say like that is a thing that I think Mario Maker could improve on, right? Like whenever I'm making levels, I'm always finding it hard to like have basic enemies, right? Like the Goomba, the Goomba is like the most basic enemy you have. Maybe like that can be killed in like a fireball, a jump, etc. And there's not that many ways to change its behavior, right? Like there's not a way you can make a Goomba that, say, jumps in place, right? Unless you're in like you know, 3D world, in which case you have slip squeaks that do that, but they don't jump in place repeatedly. They jump in place when you do. The most important thing would make it so that the enemies jump when the song goes by. I'll say, like, that is one thing that I am fine them not pulling in. When you want to make levels, you don't want players to blitz through them and miss 80%, so that's what drives you to make compact and define and like what's the word? Linear. Gotcha, Highway. Personally, I think that as far as like designing levels that can be played in multiple ways, I think that that is one of the cool things about level design, that you can make a level that you can approach in multiple ways. And I feel like building a level replay design with replay value is a skill all its own. And I try to strive for that in my own levels. Thank you for the level, Bowser. Gonna take down the timer. Thank you. Thank you. Wish you were creative enough to use them creatively. Goombas, Koopas, all that business. Gotcha. Yeah, it is a hard thing to do. It's the creative process can be hard. Highway, I get you. I feel you. Alright, that was the super world, so we don't need to hit complete. We just hit next. The Big Chillery. The Big Chillery just said the thing about enemies jumping, so the Big Chillery is here. While I am entering this code, I'm going to pull up a card. Did you hear about Knockout City ending 2? A lot of live games have ended recently. Knockout City is another live game I never really got into, but it ended this week, same as Rumbleverse. Actually, it turns out that a bunch of games have ended recently. I have a list here from I saw on Twitter, just a bunch of fucking games that are ending. I guess it's tough out there to be a like mid-tier like live game like Apex Legends on phones, Battlefield Mobile on phones, Crime Site, I don't know what the fuck that is, Crossfire, that's that Chinese game that was supposed to be really, really popular, but I guess it wasn't if it ended, huh? Yeah, wasn't that they said it like some E3 or something, like, oh, we got Crime Fire, the biggest, hottest shit ever. It's from China. It's great. And then I guess it wasn't that great, or I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that, but that ended. Dragon Quest, Echo VR games, that makes perfect sense. And Knockout City, Love Live School Idol Festival, that one counts. I don't know why. If Dragon Quest and Echo VR counts, I don't see why Love Live wouldn't count. If it's because it's a phone game, probably Apex Legends and Battlefield are on the list. And Rumbleverse. I guess it's just a bad time to, try to make bad time to try and make a live service game, and if it doesn't take off, what are you gonna do, right? It's not gonna, if it doesn't hit at first, it's not gonna hit eventually, right? 3D World sucks in Super Mario Maker 2. I think it just takes some work to use. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's hard to work with sometimes. This year 1-1, Summerland. Super Mario Brothers S underline pipeline. I suppose we're gonna go into the pipe, yeah? Yeah, go, Lord Bowser. See you next week with World 9. I'll see you, Lord Bowser. Thanks for coming by and getting through that whole facelift part at the top of the stream, which I wasn't expecting to hit up top, but I did, so yeah, it's a nice traditional level. Very well done. Far. Nice, traditional, nice 30 coin there. Nicely hidden. I like how you don't see the coin, but you can clearly tell something's up there. That's some good design. Also, I noticed that there was I thought for sure if I slid down this thing, I would find a passageway that led to that coin earlier in the level. I guess there must be a pipe that leads there or something, huh? This is your 1-2? Gotcha, okay, that also makes sense considering, Your 1-1, 1-2s, traditionally, like the traditional original 1-2, underground level. So, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Someone always has such unique ideas. Yeah, man. That's, and I'm sure, like, I'm not sure, like, if it's the case for everyone, but for me, it takes a while to come up with ideas. But, you know, the thing is, if you're ever struggling to have ideas, Highway, or anyone else, best tip I have is to just relax and not think about it. And eventually, when you do come back to it, you might find yourself just going like, "Oh, I got loads of ideas now," you know? Because in the back of your head, your brain's constantly churning through ideas, you know, and coming up with new stuff, putting ideas together, and you know, that's why when you put something on the back burner, you relax, you occupy your time with something else. The creative juices will flow more readily when you come out. You know, there's that classic Soprano scene where, you know, Paulie says to Christopher, like, when Christopher has writer's block, he says, you know, why don't we go? We'll get our cops jointed. Cops. He's saying we'll go get blowjobs. He's saying we'll go get blowjobs and we'll come back, sleep a little bit, and the worlds will come blowing out your ass. That's how it is with Mario Maker as well. Once in a blue moon, you'll change the level style, and you completely changes the way it feels. That makes sense. Yeah, that sort of experimentation is good, Highway, and you know, coming up with good ideas and shit. Oops G says finds vines excessive. Personally, I don't do cosmetic vines. I find them to be like weird for gameplay purposes, since they can stop you cold if you happen to be like holding up on the stick a little bit when you run into them. But and also they can mess up like precise jumps and shit. On the same vein. Oops J is here. Thanks for hanging out. Let's go ahead and get that in there. You think you should use the tile sets as they are used in the real games? I mean, that's one option, but I do like you know, using the templates in ways that are creative and turn them into something else. Also means not putting random blocks in the ground. That is a very orthodox way to view it. I figure that a little bit of theming is good. And they do have a lot of, like, I mean, they put in transparent blocks and options for the semi-solids just so that you can experiment with them and do stuff with them. But, you know, I personally see that as resourceful, and, you know, I'll say I've done my fair share of it when making my own levels. Though I don't go as far out as some people do. Like, some people, there's some levels that are like so themed. Oh my god, they look beautiful. I just like I like a medium theming. You know, like, oh, you can recognize it as a thing, but it's not in the way of gameplay or like you know, like or whatnot. You know. This level contains three things. You got it. Let's put 15 minutes on the clock, and let's go. Make it look like a mine. I understand. Personally, I think that, like, you can even do more stuff, like... You can do more stuff with, like, how you use theming. Like, personally, like, my guiding light for level design is never, and this might be controversial, it won't be, I bet, but, you know, my favorite games growing up were the Donkey Kong countries, and that's always been my guiding light. Like, I'm trying to find ways to make my levels feel a little bit more DKC, take inspiration where I can, and that means some amount of theming, because those games are very flavorful, you know, they have very elaborate backgrounds and shit. By the way, if y'all want to try any of my levels, they're down there. Maybe I'll show off one or two of them later in the stream so y'all can see what I get up to. But I make traditional levels, and I have a super world that's in development. I'm 33 levels into it, 7 to go. I'll finish that sometime this year, you know? I'm currently on a break from making, but eventually I'll get back to it and finish that off. It's called Mario Country, Waluigi's Triple Threat. Did I say thank you for the follow, Pegwig? I think I was in the middle of what's the word, vamping, promoting my Super World. Thank you, much obliged. I like this level, it's good, it's a good-ass traditional level, it established its ideas very well, and the theming, while being relatively minimalistic, I think you've used these bricks very well. Fuck. I think you've used these bricks very well. You put out the vines because it's part of Bowser's plan. Okay, I gotcha. And you got some hidden things like this. That's very Mario. I appreciate how you've done it so that you have to like destroy the blocks with the shell to get it. Again, that's very Mario. Has there been much in the way of power-ups in this level? Oh yeah, no, there wasn't a mushroom in there. A little hard for a traditional level as a result of being kind of, if I recall, I don't think I've seen, not sure if I've seen any mushrooms, but, you know, I guess that makes it a little bit more challenging, you know? Traditional levels are traditionally pretty easy. Personally, when I make hard traditional levels, I'd rather they be hard by virtue of, like, you know, design or whatever. I like having hard challenges and stuff, and not just by depriving people of power-ups. I find, like when Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze does that, that's a pet peeve of mine. You know, I'd rather in a traditional level have power-ups. You know, I'd rather have the fighting chance. But still, that was very good. Very well done. Again, minimal theming, but I think it works for the level. And at the end of the day, that's what's important. What works for the level. Take down the timer, and let me hit complete. And again, I'll say, if anyone wants to submit more levels, keep on submitting them. That is all well and good. Please keep on submitting levels so long as the queue is open. Next up is Pegwig. Pegwig just followed, so Pegwig just said GG, actually. Really enjoyed watching that. This level has the acorn as the power-up, but as a secret. Gotcha. Oh, as a secret. Okay, so you can find a power-up, but it is off the beaten path. Pegwig says, have fun. I'm gonna do another card. Did you hear about Respawn had a single-player Titanfall / Axiom Legends games in development, but it was canceled? Yeah, that story was going around the other day, and kind of shame. Really liked Titanfall. I think Apex Legends is the most of a that's the most traditional like shooter battle royale game that I've enjoyed. So to hear that they were trying to do a Axiom Legends single player in the Titanfall / Axiom Legends universe, that sounds like it would have been cool. And I'm kind of disappointed we won't see that. You know, Titanfall 2's campaign was fantastic, and I would have loved to see them have another crack at it. But I guess, you know, I guess it's just like a economy thing. That's not the word. Just a matter of them not wanting to do anything too expensive. This is nicely themed. I like how you've done the castles. Ramparts. I like this semi-solid a bunch. Can I? I was trying to jump on it when it was like right over the crack or something. Maybe that was a silly idea. Hello, Crispy Bacon. I probably asked you before, but is your name based on Banjo-Tooie? Is your name based on Banjo-Tooie's Crispy Bacon? Or just, you know, maybe it's convergent, you know? Maybe you both had the idea that bacon can be crispy. Yeah? Great, that's fantastic. I also love Banjo-Tooie. Okay, can you do this? Is this the way to do that? Maybe this isn't the way to go. You like Tui as well. Of course, Highway. I know that about you. Okay. I know that about you, Highway. We go way back, and also we met on a Rareware fan site, so of course we both love the Tui. And of course Banjo and all the Donkey Kongs. A lot of Rare games are, especially from that era, phenomenal. They got rid of the third arm on the pig in the Japanese version of Tui. Shit. I don't know if I like that. Nah, the mutated one in the pool. Yeah, I know. But I thought it was fun that he has 3 arms. I don't have a problem with 3-armed with characters with 3 arms. I think that is delightful. You know, like in My Hero Academia, I like the guy who has like 8 arms. It's ridiculous. He has like a bunch of weird tentacle arms. I think that's a fun body plan. You know, you think of like Goro from is it Goro or Shiva from you know, the character from Mortal Kombat that has the arms. Maybe they both have like 4 arms. Timing this a little difficult. Hey, we did it. Perfect. My guess is the toxic waste were too mature. Or too upsetting, maybe. I don't know. Again, you know, there's... you could come up with, like... Am I supposed to do, like, a shell jump here, maybe? I'm supposed to do a shell jump here. Hey, I did it! Wonderful. Halfway through, halfway done. Some of these like challenges are really difficult, huh? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was a waste. Where was the I don't think I saw the key anywhere. I don't mind a little backseating, by the way, if anyone wants to, like, point out, like, oh, the key's probably over there or some such. And if the creator wants to give hits, that's fine, too. The doors are a hard version of each challenge. This is not the hard version of this challenge. I should not have wasted that. This, to me, seems like the hard version of this challenge. We did it! Oh shit. I guess they'll get like keys for doing it, right? Oh, I didn't understand this one, I don't think. Am I supposed to... Oh, you know what I'm probably supposed to do? I'm supposed to, like, get these guys through faster than they can explode. Okay, that one, I don't know. And I guess each of the hard versions will get us additional doodads, right? Additional coins, so... The keys for a start, and maybe also, like, additional bonuses on top of that. Damn it. That felt pretty good, too. Thank you for the level, Crispy. Damn, I got through the first section, too, huh? Okay. How about another card? I got more cards. I've been playing Marvel Snap. Just got Cerebro. I talk about Marvel Snap a little bit on this channel because I play a lot of it. That's the card game by the guy what made Hearthstone, Ben Brode. Or, you know, he has a new team, you see. Anyway, I just got Cerebro, one of the last Pool 3 cards that I've been missing. I've been playing that game since launch, and I just got 3 Pool... Look at that, first try, practically. I just got 3 Pool 3 cards left now. You know, and that's after the first oh, wow, okay. This time it's a moving... You gotta do it twice, and also one of them is move... Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's pretty evil. Oh, wow. I see what you mean by it being harder. I just got Cerebro, which is it's a 3-cost card that powers up, that adds 2 power to all cards, your strongest cards, basically. All the cards that you have that are, you know, your strongest, have the highest stats. Which doesn't sound like a very good card on its face, because you figure like, oh, you have just one card that's your strongest card, and it only adds stats to that. That's kind of weak. But it turns out, and this is true, what you do is you design decks that all have a bunch of cards with all the same power. So you get a deck with just a bunch of like things with like 2 power, or the deck with a bunch of things that have 3 power, one or the other. They call that Cerebro 2 and Cerebro 3. And I've been having fun now, you know, finding out about those decks for the first time. I also, but the one I ended up doing a bunch of time with is this. I have a way to show it. I call this, this deck is called, Living Dangerously, and it's a deck, you can see it doesn't have just one, one power value to it, but instead multiple. So basically the idea here is you play a bunch of cards that have like 2 power, then you use Silver Surfer to get them up to 5, and then you do Cerebro on top of that, and it's Cerebro 5. Also, a bunch of these have like other. Oh, haha. I was hitting the wrong hotkey. A bunch of these have other conditions on top of them that can make them stronger even still. You know, like, for instance, if Warpath is alone in a location, he'll gain a bunch of power, right? If Warpath, if there's a lane that's not occupied, Warpath gains power. What was one of the other ones on there? There's another one, the one from the last Black Panther movie. That dude, if he's alone on a location, if he's alone on a location, he gains extra power too. And, basically, shit like that, can basically allow me to fool the opponent into thinking like, oh, I'm trying to get those ongoing locations to work. You know, trying to get those effects to get me power, but instead, what I'm actually doing is something entirely different. It is just a trick to, I'm actually going for Cerebro, so I think that's just really fun, and I have to draw a lot of cards to make that deck work, but god damn if I don't think it's the most fun Cerebro deck I've tried in the last 24 hours, and like I said, I just got Cerebro, so I haven't tried that much for it, but god damn, that's a fun deck to play. And whenever you pull it off, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just like, surprise, it's Cerebro! And they fucking probably would not suspect it because, you know, it's not like I just put out a bunch of 2s or a bunch of 3s. No, I put out some 2s, some 5s, and at the end, they all become 5s, then all become 7s really quickly. Or maybe even if I can play like Cerebro Mystique, they'll become 9s, which is a fucking lot in Marvel Snap. You can do a lot with a bunch of 9s. That's the Marvel Snap minute. That game continues to be great. Also, by the way, as you saw, I now have a way to make my Marvel Snap deck lists appear on the screen, as to be like visual aids for whenever I talk about the shit. Big Chillery is asking, do you agree that we need more options for more worlds and levels in the Super World? Yeah, I think that would be cool. I think it'd be cool if there were more options as for how you could arrange them. And also if the map screen was bigger in itself, I think that would be better too. I think that would be better. Yeah. Personally, that would allow me to do... When I was first looking at my Super World, there was a part of me that was like, okay, well, I like Donkey Kong Country, so it'd be fun if I could make the Super World work like Donkey Kong Country, you know, have as many levels per world as DKC does. And, you know, DKC has fewer worlds, but more levels in each world. And, that's not an option in this game, you know? But it would be if the system was more flexible, as you say, Chillery. And yeah, that would be cool as well if you could do like, you know, unlock options for different stuff. That would also be... That would allow you to do more stuff. This seems like a fucking... All your optional hard variants seem nightmarish. Like, you have to get past this first thing. Is it just a matter of like timing it right to go through two at once? Or do you want to like stop it on the second? If it's just like a matter of timing it, maybe we can just get lucky. Can you replace a level in a queue? Yes, you can. If you just hit add and another level, it'll replace the level you have previously submitted, and that'll be fine. We're about 2 hours into the stream, and you know, usually I would have lightning round start earlier, but this time we had the whole Mario Party facelift thing happen. So I'll say after this level, we'll be going to the lightning round. Does that sound fair to everyone? After this level, lightning round. For those of you who don't know what the lightning round is, you're in for a good time. It's a fun part of the stream. Part of the viewer level stream specifically. Let's try doing this one now. Damn it. Okay, once we fuck that up once, we have... Okay, we have to do that right multiple times in a row. Also, let's make sure that we're mushroomed up just in case. Can you get through without doing a hard version of a level? The answer might be no, you can't. You have to do at least one. Boom! Haha! Okay. That's right, your next level will be at Lightning Round, that's right. 24-hour Mario Maker stream, let's go. I do wanna end off at some point. You need to do one hard version, says, ate 'em up. Well, shit. Which one's gonna be the easiest? Let's poke the head in. Maybe it's the shell jump. Maybe the shell jump would be the easiest. I probably should not have burned that. I'm gonna go in this door and get another mushroom real fast. Oh, and this doesn't count as one of the tries, I'm pretty sure, because we didn't... We didn't, what's it? This try started before the last tries. fuck. Okay, now we do last tries. 5 last tries in this level, and then we'll say goodbye. But I will say again, as I do for reference, just because I do not beat a level doesn't mean you can't resubmit it. You can even fuck me, wasting the things. I should learn not to do that. Doesn't mean you can't resubmit it another time or even tonight. And I'll, give it another set of tries, though. We'll be going into the lightning round, so I'll tell you what that means. And 5 attempts of a level. One thing it does mean is if you've been waiting for your level to come up patiently and shit, your level may be coming up sooner than maybe you anticipated, because the lightning round gets things moving and means that. Ooh, that was fast. Nice. It means that we'll be seeing those levels sooner rather than later. Oh, fuck me. Woo! There we go. Alright, shell jump time. First try, let's fucking go. And I'm guessing here we need to do like... Okay, that's gonna put up another shell jump. We got 2 shell jumps here. We can get 2 shell jumps in motion into this this whole arrangement. Not sure what the best rhythm is for this, but that was not it. I'll tell you that much. Hey, Trebucket, how's it going? I did facelift tonight, Trebucket, earlier. You should have seen it. It was fun. We did it for 30 minutes as the channel point incentive is. Jeez, this is intimidating. Okay, you know what? If we miss, we can pull back. Okay, those were not close enough together. Also, if we miss, there's a safe spot below him. We want to go after this one. Oh, God! That one was going faster. It just came at me. Does anyone remember the DS port of... Fuck! That was a fast life. I'll try harder. A life is a life, folks. If I die stupidly, that still counts. I have to count that. I can't not. I didn't play that. I heard, you couldn't share levels from it and you couldn't play specific levels, so, those two things are like 99.9% of what I do in Mario Maker, so, it did... What am I doing? It didn't really make sense, like, at all to do... You can only share 10? How do you mean share? I thought you couldn't, like, upload them. You mean, like, between, like, other people? Like, locally or something? LAN. Fuck me, I wasted that again. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? We're gonna play it right. This last time, I'm gonna take every precaution. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not wasting any of these mushrooms. We're gonna get through this time for sure. Don't hit that block. Okay, now hit that block. Now go run and get this block. Let's run through and get this one. Oh wait, we should get those 2 coins. Those are free coins right there. Regardless of whether you do the thing. Ooh. Line up, and here's what we want to do. That is what we want to do. I didn't expect to get it like that. Okay. First try. Let's go. Wait, I thought I'd got it. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought I had that. I don't know what happened. There's a message in chat. Maybe I fucked. Maybe I was just I did it at the wrong time. The bombs were just in the wrong place. After this. Okay. There we go. Did the coins just disappear? Did the bomb just kill my coins? I don't think I got those. Did I get those coins? If I go through the door, will the coins come back? Did I get those coins? Maybe I did get those coins. I do have 38, and I've done 2 of the 10 coins, so... Yeah, I think we maybe got those coins. What's the gimmick here? How do you do this one? You do a escort thing by stopping it, but also... You need to go high, low, high, low. Actually, that doesn't look that bad. How exactly is this gonna work? You have to make the bomb go really fast. Wait, you have 3 Koopas here. So I guess maybe what you want to do is... stop the guy 3 times, like such. And then go 1, 2. And then, yeah. Send it back. Not as hard as some of these other hard modes, so let's keep that in mind, but let's do let's do these ones first. Ones that we've already done before. You were worried because in an earlier version it was possible? Okay, so it couldn't have been because you patched that out specifically. You checked the video, I did get the coin. Good, okay. That is a relief. I was worried because I didn't... Yeah, you're right, I didn't hear a sound. And I guess I was looking for that feedback. We should be cautious about this. Go get this mushroom. Ho 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 ho! Jesus, we nearly took a hit here. And also, I think we're just nearly out of mushrooms that we know about. Okay. Let's see if we can do this one just by luck. Do we have to stop this, like, on the second, like, rung? The fuck is that gonna work? Okay, well, it's possible. But difficult. Fuck! Oh, there we go. Thank you for the level. I think we did. We were nearly there. We've done all the normal ones. We just need to figure out one hard one. You affectionately refer to the room that is the hard one. Did we pick wrong? Was that the wrong one to try? Thank you for the level. We spent a lot of tries on that. Folks. Let me tell you what time it is right now. I'm gonna hit next, by the way, to get the next level up, just for reference, just for those who were wondering. Next level is by Pegwing, right? Is that right? No, that was Pegwing's level. Hang on, let me reset my Twitch manager on my phone. It got to where it couldn't do the next thing as I needed to. There we go. Next level is J-Dog. J-Dog, speak up in chat. Folks, let me tell you what it is time for. It is time for this. The lightning round. During the lightning round, I have 5 tries to beat every level that comes my way. 5 tries, refreshing at checkpoints from the jump. Makes things very challenging and harrowing. And also for subscribers, and also the first level of the night who is present, I have bonus heads, which you can see come in a variety of forms, from Bowser's to extra Marios, to Yoshi's, to even some that aren't Mario related. Like, you can see some Donkey Kong heads in there, and some other such bonus heads. And you know, I'll hit the thing, I'll hide the thing so you don't know what's what, and we'll randomize it. And Toad, we got Toad last time. Let's randomize it again. Peach, good. That's a good result. Let me see. J-Dog, are you here? Let me at J-Dog real fast. And it is the same as before. If you're here, I'll play your level, and if you're not, I'll still play your level, but it'll be in sudden death, in which I will have much fewer tries than I would otherwise. There you go, J-Dog 420. You are up. Let me go pull up the level, and I'll pull up a card as well and talk through it while I put in the code. I've been rereading Codex Alera. J-Dog isn't here. That's what it would seem. I just started into the 5th book, Princeps Fury. That book's very good too. Don't think it's quite as strong as the previous 2 books that I just finished, but it's very fun and interesting. Like, the main thrust of it, the A plot, is that the main characters, it's a fantasy series about characters with, like, it's about, like, a human society with like a Roman society, and they have, like, elemental manipulation and abilities. They have furies that they form bonds with and do stuff with. Sort of like their system called fury crafting is sort of similar to, like, bending from Avatar, except with a little bit more applications of it, which is pretty fun and cool, and very well written. In this one, they sort of go across the seas and find out what the giant dog people, the giant wolf people civilization is like, and what their whole deal is, which is pretty fucking cool, and you know, sort of expands the world in a really neat way. And you also find out what's up with the Icemen in the north, beyond the wall in the north. Those are 2 plot threads that I find very interesting. But I'll say, like, I don't... It also is a lot of it setting up the big climactic finale big climactic finale in the 6th book, and I think that part is a little bit more unpleasant than I like. But that plot thread, the C plot there, not as sold on it. But it's very good stuff. Princeps Fury, enjoying that. With this, I'll be nearly done with the series. I just got the 6th book yet left, and after that, I'll get back to catching up on podcasts that I've been neglecting while I've been re-listening to these, and that sort of thing. That'll be good. I'm gonna put you into sudden death, J-Dog, on account of you're not here. Let's go, 2 tries. The next person will get those extra bonus heads. The next person who is here. Anyway, been re-listening to those at a very, very fast rate. This seems to be some sort of troll level. Maybe it's not hard, though. So far, so good. Wow, it seems kind of like it solved itself, actually. Huh. So far, we do the thing. We get clear. This isn't much of a puzzle. It's just it's almost an autoplay puzzle. You know what I mean? Like a auto-run version of the auto-run equivalent. The auto equivalent of a puzzle the puzzle equivalent of an auto-run level. But it's pretty slick, pretty cool. I like it. Impressed to see all that stuff. I tend to read the books by the guy what made the book, right? Is Jim Butcher, who made Dresden Files, and I tend to read his books. I kind of tend to binge them, like go through them at like a super fast rate, just like listening to them in all my off hours or whenever I'm doing anything. And there's not that many of these books, so it hasn't been consuming my life for quite as long, but as like re-listening to the Dresden Files would be. But I've enjoyed it a lot nonetheless, and happy to be almost done. There are so many things that Nintendo could add to Super Mario Maker 3. Let's hope they are planning it now. Just a quick forewarning for the next level. Says highway. Oh, we'll see. By the way, very good level, J-Dog. I don't think I've seen a puzzle level that is auto in that way. Like that is an extreme rarity that you have put together. I thought it was quite neat, quite novel. And you should probably have auto as one of your tags. I think that would be a little better than themed and single player. But maybe that would be too much of that would tip the hand, you know? Maybe. Thank you. This level is fairly linear, but if you get stuck after getting all the coins, pause it, and you'll give me a reminder. I can do that, okay. But we'll see what happens. Thank you. I'm going to hit complete on that, and then I'm going to hit next. I got so many cards. I've maybe prepared too many cards tonight. I'm going to do another one. Did you hear about Nintendo vouchers? They're back. Those are the things where you pay $100, and then you can get 2 $60 games, so long as you cash them in within a year. A $20 savings. Pretty good. Highway is up, and Highway says hello. That's good. I'm happy that that's back in America. It used to be they offered that for a bit, and then they stopped offering it in America, and they didn't stop in the rest of the world. Now it's back in America too. I'm probably gonna pick up one of those for Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I was about to say Breath of the Wild 2, but it has a name now. I don't know what the other game I'm gonna get with it is yet, but I'm sure Nintendo will put out at least, one other, if not more, $60 games within this calendar year. And probably like multiple. Probably, there might be like 2 of them. There might be 2 of them after. There might be like 3 of them, right? There might be. I might have to get 2 of the vouchers and cash in 3 or 4 of them by the end of the year, I would expect. I'm not really thinking like the expiration will be a problem. Desert Ascent. And I suppose if you know, if all else fails, I could just get like, I don't know, I could get like that Fire Emblem game I didn't buy or something else that I didn't buy. That is always an option with those vouchers. I think that's how I got. There's some game on Switch that I got that way because I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? With the voucher discounts, I'll get 3D. I got you know, I got new U on the Wii U, but sure, I'll get the Switch version as well, just for, you know, $50. You know, just as part of the voucher. Let's go. We now have the bonus heads again. I'm gonna randomize them once more, and you got Bowser Highway. Isn't that nice? Let's do this. We gotta get all 100 coins. Seems like a neat level. Did we play this one before? Is this one that we tried before and failed out of previously? Maybe. Okay, so... key block door. Oh, wait! We can go through the door. Didn't realize that for a second. Also going through the door lets us be over here where all the coins are. And the coins are there. That's nice. Okay, what else can we do over here while the on-off is this way? Nothing doing over here. Can we go up there? Yeah, we can. So anything up here is an option. There's another P block over here, so gotta do this then. So far, I wouldn't call this level linear. This level has a lot of like paths and things you can find, such that, you know, there's a little bit of exploration. Now, I'm not sure if like by going forward, I'm making it so that, you know, later if you want to go back to the places you've been, maybe it's more efficient to go in some other way, but I'm just gonna charge forward and hope for the best, you know. Do a wall jump off here. Okay, let's see. This here. Oh, somehow I in my heart of hearts, I expected to be able to. Hey, look at that. Is that intended? Is this cheese? Did you know? Okay. Did you know you could do this, Highway? This might be a little bit cheese. Like, it's not as reliable, I think, as it would be if it was intentional. You don't think anything I'm doing is intended. Okay. Okay, fuck. I wonder if that means we'll have trouble. Oh, okay, you know what? Actually, bringing that thing up did nothing for us, so whatever. It's all good. Maybe I wasn't even supposed to bring that spring back. Maybe I wasn't even supposed to bring that spring back. Eh? Now I'm confused. Maybe I'm supposed to, like, race the thing. Hit the P and then go down. And, like, go around like that. Where the P switch is. That might be it. Wait, though. Do I need to do it that way? Can't I just leave the P switch on the ground and just, like, when I hit the switch? No, it'll probably despawn, won't it? It'll probably despawn. Speaking of... This... Wait. Speaking of despawn... This thing isn't despawning. feel like I might be hopelessly lost here. No, that's not good. We might be in some trouble, folks. Ooh. Okay, let's head back here. I think let's grab the spring. It won't help you at all, but please try to take it. Not even sure what the it in that sentence was. Okay, use this spring to get up here. And this spring to get up here. And this spring. Okay. Even if I get the spring, what good is it? Or get the P block where I wanna down there, what good is it? What good does it do me? This one's a hard one. Like, let's leave this right here. Not set it off or anything. Right? Does it despawn when we go all the way up here? Does it despawn by the time we get down there? Nope, it doesn't. It does not despawn. Wait, but... That said, hey, wait a minute. I'm just noticing we now have the reds the other way. We have the reds off. Also, there's another key switch down here we can get. I'm confused as hell. I'm confused, but we're like most of the way to our goal. So, you know, I guess we're still in good shape. Right? Right? Is it all 100? Do we have to get all 100 here? Wait, how did the P-switch... That was the P-switch from above, wasn't it? So, how did it get below the mushrooms? Huh? Dang. Okay, let's try. We got 71 seconds. By the way, I'll say timeouts typically count for all of our lives, but we got the bonus head, so I guess they'll count for something. Count for a little extra. Okay, leave this here. And hit them on and off. Well, I'll leave them off. Turn them off. Jump through here. What's over here? A spring. What's up here, though? More coins. We got like 15 seconds to find the 12 seconds to find the last 10 coins. Oh, they're over there. We got a key, so wait, shit, we need to hit that P switch.
Oh no!
We had the right idea. Let's we'll count that as 5, as I said. And this will be, presuming that happens again, this will be the last try, but I think we can do it this time. Hard to make this level? I believe that. And I agree, it would be better if levels didn't have the time limit in Mario Maker. That would be a lot more convenient for levels like this, where, yeah, it can take you a while to figure out even what you're supposed to be doing. And, yeah. Let's go over here. What's over here? Oh, that's just the way back. Okay. So we didn't miss anything when we were here earlier, and we didn't investigate that, that area. Time limit is your biggest pet peeve, says Highway. Yeah, I getcha. Typically, I make levels where my levels are more in the traditional vein, where, you know, a time limit is very, very rarely going to give anyone any trouble. I would think, generally, but still, there's a lot of levels that, you know, you can't make with the time limits, or, you know, it sort of limits what you can do with them. Personally, one big example of that is not just levels with time limits, but also levels with oh jeez, I fucked up that spring. That spring needs to despawn so we can do his thing with it. I think it's despawned now. I hope so. Okay, I think it despawned. Okay, I need to despawn this as well. I'll drop it down there. Hopefully that does the trick. Another thing that's that would be good for like some types of levels that aren't traditional Mario levels would be you know, there's like Metroid style levels where people have it so that power-up progression gates access to certain things in the level. But I think it would be good for that social levels if you could set it so that power-ups are permanent, and once you get them, you don't lose them even if you take damage. You know, like a separate damage system other than just power-up status. And I know that would be you know, sort of very, very non-traditional as far as Mario goes, but I think it would benefit. I think it would be a very good thing for... Fuck! I needed to hit on-off before I did that. Whoops. Also, I need to despawn this. Okay. I feel like there might be a lot that we're missing on this second try. You know, steps and stuff that we need to do again. Small coins that we found along the way while we were doing trial and error. Try to get those now. We might love to make a Link-centric level that, you know, but the limitation of how when you lose Link is stops you from doing that. Yeah, totally. That's what I mean. I guess also like challenge levels. A lot of people who make levels like that, they just either like use the condition you cannot take damage, or they're otherwise the levels are designed in such a way where you cannot take damage. Fuck. Oh. Hang on. Actually, now that I think about it, once I hit it, I can just grab this. Actually, that works just fine, don't it? Also, I forgot to hit the fucking switch again, didn't I? Okay. Now we can go. Hopefully that didn't despawn the fucking... It did. It despawned the thing. Apparently this isn't quite the intent. the way that I'm doing it. I guess you're supposed to race the P block rather than doing as I'm doing, having the P block drop through. But that does create some awkward situations where, you know, it can despawn on you, and that is quite unpleasant, quite annoying. And I wouldn't have that problem if I just did it like a more vanilla way. On and off, go up, go down, and around. Grab it. Wait. With this, okay, well, you could use a wall jump to get out of here, but I want to get out of here with the P. Because there's totally a bunch of coins I haven't gotten yet. So it'd be bad to go forward, but I guess let's go forward and return. Oh man, I feel like we're doing all sorts of things wrong here, but fuck if this level is pure horror. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, this is gonna be bad. Can we return after and go collect the things we missed? Maybe. You know, I don't know where the I don't know where the ending is, so that might be a problem. Okay, there's the way back, I guess. Let's see. How fuck do you get there? P block like this, right? Wait, no. P block and then up. P block and then through there, but I did it too slow. Go. We're in our last 42 seconds now. Jesus Christ. That's not good. That's also not good. Really could not afford that right now, I don't think. Okay. You know what? This is perfect. These blocks are in the right position. There's 4 of them there. And the last 3 of them are over here. 1, 2, 3. We got it! We have 10 seconds to find the exit. Is it through here? Please tell me it's just behind this red pipe. Yes! Holy lords, that was close! No way, says Oops Jay. Yeah, I know, right? That was the first clear 8 minutes. That was too damn close. Jesus. Wow. Oh. Oof. Shit. You went through a totally different pipe than you to the desert than you originally intended. So my route was not the intended route, but still I was able to make it work somehow. Oh. You gotta take out Pegwigs. GG's. Thanks for the stream and play. No problem. Yeah, that was wild. I'm happy to meet you, and thanks for the follow earlier on. Hope you'll see you again. Let me tell you, for folks that are new, let me tell you my schedule. My schedule is I do a Persona 5 Royale, full playthrough of that. I'm about to start the 5th dungeon of that. Mondays and Thursdays, and on Fridays, like today, I do viewer levels, Mario Maker style. And whenever I finish with Persona, we'll probably go back to twice a week for Mario Maker, but that'll be whenever I finish with Persona 5 Royale, which, you know, might be in a month or 2 at this rate. Ooh. Let me get everything set up for the next person, who is, let me Let me put in the commands real fast to make this, to get up the next level. The next level is by Use, who, that is you, that's right, I know. I recognize you. Let's see what kind of level Oops J has sent us. Let's call him Ubs. Ubs is good. I put in this card tentatively, maybe looking forward to Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. It's a remake of a game that I never got, and it's come out this month. Maybe that'll be alright, I don't know. I don't know how much money that is, or if it'll be like full price or whatever, but yeah, whatever. I could go with a Kirby game. That'd be fine. That does happen to be the correct pronunciation. Ubs. Gotcha. Ubs it is. I did see in this Kirby game, I'll tell you one thing about this Kirby game I saw. I saw someone was posting like, oh, they put in like a Pokemon Stadium style minigame area that has like 15 or so minigames, or like 10 or 15 or something. Some of them from previous Kirby games. Like there is the one where you like there's like a block grid and you like make blocks fall from Kirby 64. That's in there. And I saw that, I was like, oh, Kirby 64, I love that game. And then the rest of them are just, you know, minigames from other games that look alright. I could see getting that, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on that. But it's a possibility and it comes out this month, and I'll say I don't think I've gotten a single video game this year, a single new one so far, and other than, like, Tears of the Kingdom, I don't know what it's gonna be, what the first game I'm gonna get is. I see what you've done here. You made it look like this is the start of the level, but it's not really, you know? It's like a fake start. That's a possibility. I probably made too many. So far as like Ghost House stuff goes, I was about to say, just go through the doors and hope for the best, but clearly that was the wrong answer. That's the first of our tries. I bet that was not the room that we actually were in to start with. That was a different room. It just looked like the previous room. Is that right? Right, because we went into the subworld, so there are more... Okay, when we're standing here, the door is sort of lined up with the pillar in the background. Whereas now, you see that the pillar is nowhere near the door. So this is not the same area, basically. Not at all. This is a new area. That's the secret. Presumably this leads back to where we were. You see, yeah, actually, the pillar is not aligned here either. Maybe there's like 3. Let me see. Now the pillar is aligned. Okay, this is where we started. So there's 3 different versions of this room. Let's see if this one gets us anywhere good. I don't think so. Bet you it's the 3rd one. Bet you it's the 3rd one. To figure out that there's 3 in the first place, I feel like the natural assumption would be that there would be 2. To figure out that there's 3 in the first place is hard to do, so that makes sense as the place where you would hide the way forward, I'll say. And indeed, here's a fire flower. Not exactly what I was expecting, actually. Also, that's not a boo wheel, that's just 2 boos. Great deduction using the background. Notice that and decided to keep it noticeable. That was real nice of you. Allows you to do some puzzle stuff like that, doesn't it? Also a thing also another thing about it that helps with that is that, I mean, doesn't help with that. Probably the thing that makes it hard with this is that, this theme, I mean, the background is a little higher detail and a little less repeated. I'm not sure, like, you could... It's very easy to find the place in the background where it's all the same in the other templates, but in this one, I don't know, it's a little more... What the fuck do we do with the fire flower? That's the part I haven't figured out yet. Maybe there's a hidden block. Ooh, we figured it out. Hidden block where the other two were. Nice, okay, so there was a block in the other two versions, so we figured that out. What's the deal here? Is it just... Oh, it's just a little bonus area and you get a thing there. That was a nice little puzzle level, and I think it was neat that there was a fire flower as like a bonus. I kind of expected it to be part of a puzzle, but I guess with the way you had it set up, it would, you know, if you were to lose it, and it would, and if it were mandatory, that would not be good. So I think you've done a good job at that. Surprised it's only gotten two likes. That's a little low. People should be liking that more. That was very well put together. Let me refresh the tries for the next person and hit complete on that. Next up is Crispy Bacon, who just said GG. Now, I will say, I'm not sure like how much longer we'll be going, but continue getting in those levels while the queue is open, and I'll continue playing them. I got more cards where that came from. Like, I watched something that was like Infinite Seinfeld, but apparently the creators are true believers. What do I mean about that? Well, let me show you. I saw this tweet basically saying that the people who made that Twitch are true believers that it can replace television. Whereas you see it and it's just like a weird, it's like a weird procedurally generated thing where like Seinfeld lookalikes come up and they say some weird stuff that is vaguely in the shape of a Seinfeld skit. And it's kind of fun and goofy, but they think it's serious, and that makes you go like, oh, I don't know. I think that maybe that's a little optimistic, you know? Little bit not gonna happen, you know what I mean? Good luck, says Crispy Bacon. Oh, is this a hard one? It is in like the manner of like 8%, which is kind of hard, but very doable. Very doable, I think. I think that's doable. Let's go. 5 tries on the board. We got a power-up. That's good. We want those. These guys are going back and forth, and we can go over them if we time it right. That was a dumb way to waste a power-up, but you know what? Now we're smaller and we can go through some of these cracks easier. There's some benefits to that, I think. Though, we need to be careful about these spikes. These guys. There's a lot to be careful about, but hey, look at that checkpoint. We're gonna first try this, folks. We're gonna first try this. I betcha. That's possible. No promises. But, goddamn, I would like to. I would always like the first try. Okay. I would like to, but, you know how it is. I think I prepared too many cards for this stream. You know how it is. You don't know how it is. What am I saying? How it is typically is before a stream, I'll try to come up with as many cards as I can because I'll look down the list and be like, okay, I think I got like 4 things to talk about. Like 4 cards worth of material. And then I'll start putting them in, and I'll start putting more things in, and I'll see on Discord like, oh, hey, this happened, and I'll say, shit, that happened. I'll put that on a card. And before you know it, I have like, more than usual. And I'm like, oh, shit. That's... Not sure if we'll find the time for that, but... You know, hey, if we don't get to a card, I can use it next time, and that's nearly as good. I like now what you've done with this little elaboration of the mechanic, of the idea, where now these piranha plants are riding the Muncher Towers. That's really clever and well done. That's really clever. Nice level, jeez, very good, very well put together. Again, you had a basic mechanic that you sort of built up throughout the course, and by the end you started elaborating on it, and it all sort of flowed and felt really damn good. Now that was some good ass work. Let me see, how many cards do I have today? Let me check that real fast, so I know like how many more levels I should aim to do if I want to talk about everything I prepared to talk about. Where are we? We just did Dream. Okay, there's like 4 cards. There's like 4 cards left. Okay. That's fine. There's 4 cards in the thing, and 3 cards in the queue. You know what? I'll say, let me hit complete on you, Crispy Bacon. You don't care how much your levels are played or liked. That's a good way to live. Oobs. That's a good way to live. That's just clean living. I'm just too attached. I see number go up. I see a lot of likes on a level. I go, yeah, look at that, a lot of likes on a level. Like I look at some of these levels here, and I'll say like, oh yeah, look at that. This one just passed 50. This one passed 50. This one passed 50 as well. This one's at 75. I say, oh, all that feels good. These ones are past 100 now. Oh, that's nice. The 1-2 is now like at 450. That's great. I love to see that. This one's like 50 over 1,000. That sort of shit makes me feel good. It gives me those endorphins, or what the fuck. It gives me those good chemicals that make your brain feel good. I'll tell you what. Let me see who's next. Big Chillery is next. It feels good when your level it gets likes, but it's not the reason you make them. That's fair. That's a good way to look at it. Ubs. Chillery, you are up. Has Chillery been around in a minute? That's Chillery. The Big Chillery, specifically. You are up. And I'll say this. After this next level, we will be closing the queue and winding down. After this next level, and I'll play one of my own levels while I do Last Call, to get y'all extra time to get in any levels y'all want to get in. But Last Call is coming up. Meanwhile, let me do a card while I put this thing. Game Pass stream on the horizon. I like to do a stream here on this channel on occasion where I play a bunch of games on Game Pass that I've never played before. I've heard some damn good things about Hi-Fi Beats, was it? Hi-Fi... The rhythm game that's like a rhythm-based action game. I've heard a lot of good things about that, and I definitely want that to be part of the lineup. I've downloaded a Monster Hunter game. I've never played Monster Hunter Rise, I believe it was. I'll check that out. I've never played one of those, but it's on Game Pass, so I'll give it a try, and that'll be on stream. And there's other games that I've downloaded that probably could make for a good segment of a Game Pass stream. Sometime in the next few weeks, I'll do that, but I'm thinking next week. It won't be next week. Next week, I'm going to take it easy and just do my normal streams, but maybe week after that, maybe I can slip in another, like a bonus stream, maybe on like a Tuesday or something, where we do like Game Pass. We do a bunch of Game Pass games I've never played before, and give it a go. I'm not seeing Chillery, so let's go ahead and get you into sudden death. You know how it is. If you're not here, it's sudden death. That's how we do things. Pretty good system, I do think. Popularity doesn't mean a lot to you, but a surprise to you when people like your levels. I guess that's how I feel like when people like my tweets. Because like
Oh no!
shit. That's one of the 2 tries. When people like my tweets, it's like a rare occasion. When I see a like on my tweet, this is what I'm talking about with the vines. I just suddenly started climbing one because I'm using the analog stick.
Oh no!
And it's kind of annoying. I died again. Wasn't able to get through it, Big Chillery, though. Why are vines in the castle? That's a good question as well. I think it's part of, he was saying it was part of the plot of his super world. Chillery, if you do speak up right now, I'll upgrade you to the lightning round, but doesn't look like you are. Highway has a pot. Oops is asking why there's vines in the castle. I think that's a fair question. Highway is being a little more positive, saying that I like the compressed nature of the castle. I think that is a thing you can do, right? You can have a level that has like some odd particular thing about it, like if you have like a low ceiling or something, that can give it some character and some flavor that otherwise, other levels of the sort don't have. I think such things are cool. I know you were both speaking independently, but I did think it was funny. Like, one negative comment, one positive comment. You suspect the plot was made up? I can't speak to that, but, I know it's a common thing, the whole vines thing. I've never placed them... I've never done vines in a level, personally, other than for gameplay purposes. For gameplay purposes, I've done it not for aesthetic purposes, because they interfere with, like... I think they get in the way of the flow a bit, because you can accidentally grab onto it, and it's like, Maybe if it was in a location where the player cannot get. Maybe then I would put the vines for aesthetic purposes, but typically, that's not why I use them. Alright, we will close the queue soon. That is right, it is time for last call on the thing. I'm gonna hit next so that the next person knows that they're here and has their level ready to go. It's Highway. Okay, good, we know Highway is here, so when we play the next level, Highways will be up. I'm gonna give you all a minute to do your shit, to get into your final levels. And I'm gonna spend that minute by playing one of my own levels. Let's see, which one should I play? I'll play Unmoored Mines 4, Grave Gauntlet. How about, what do you think? What do you think? Unmoored Mines 4? There's some nice theming in that, and some cool bullshit. Yeah, let's do that one. I'm in the mood. And it's also the only time in the Super World, really, and one of the few times ever, I've actually made an honest-to-God auto-scroll level. This is just an auto-scroll level, though I've tried to make it more difficult than boring. A lot of auto-scroll levels, they move so slowly, you get ahead of them really fast, and you end up having to wait. I wanted this one to be a little bit more like a minecart level, where you're just asked to make split-second decisions, and just keep moving, and keep going, right? And this is the first part where it's pretty straightforward. Even at max speed, it's hard to get that far behind. And it's easy to get around all these enemies and do one big blue jump. And you see there's some theming around. I tried to make it so that it was like Highway was saying about the last level, sort of a compact, sort of a little bit claustrophobic. Also building up some themes and some mechanics, and oh hey, here's the twist. In the second half, it's upside fucking down. I found that turning things upside down was a good way to make what is still a pretty simple level to play gameplay-wise a good deal more challenging and a little bit more chaotic. Also, there's this bit where you just have to trust that the level's gonna have your back and to switch the blues as you go to jump on them. Here you have to jump over a flame bar, and that's pretty funny. One last bit of devilry in this level, in this traditional auto-scroll level. That's right, you're going above the screen. You have to platform above where you can see the player. I thought that was one final devilish trick I could pull, and I thought it was very funny to do so. Also, you can use these guys as shells if you want, instead of bouncing on them. And that lets you get a 50 point too, so, encouraged. Finally, you return here to these 3 blues, and boom, the wall gets destroyed, and you can continue on to the ending. You want to see one of your auto-scroll levels? Oobs, if you want to get it in there, go ahead. Yeah, now would be a great time. Like I said, last call for levels. Last call for levels. The queue will be closing shortly. I'll show you another level. I'll show you a short level that I have. Sunshine Scramble. Do I want to show Sunshine Scramble, or do I want to show To and Fro last time I showed To and Fro Factory. Let's show Sunshine Scramble. No, let's do yeah, let's do Sunshine Scramble. Sunshine Scramble's is a nice one. A lot of theming in this one too, I'll admit. Oobs, you might not be the biggest fan of this, but this world that this level is the last level of. Basically, this super world is mostly traditional, but 5 of the ending levels are 20 seconds, are made to be done in 20 seconds or less, and they're sort of my take on a 20-second level, but also my take on like a bonus stage from like a DKC. Many of them have like objectives similar to like, you know, bash the baddies or whatever. Oh, I died. I fucked up. This one you have to not touch the ground. It's not that hard though. If you're wondering what the theming is, those are checkered flags because this is a racetrack, you see. The rest of the world uses Mario Kart music. That is part of the theming. The Mario Kart music. And you see you use the Bullet Bill helmet for a second, and then you switch over to the propeller helmet for the last 10 seconds of the level. Pretty nice. Pretty good. Really happy with that one. And I do think the checkerboard theming is very fun. I especially like the checkerboard theming here. Okay, one more. I said I actually want to show off this one as far as theming goes, because I think there's a lot of good things as far as theming in this one, Coastal Cup 2 Palm Tree Pre. We were talking a bunch about theming. In this one, I've used checker flags to sort of give an indication as to which way these thwomps will go. So in this case, you can activate them, and then, you know, it's like you're racing them. And also, they'll destroy some Mecha Koopas, you know, like Roadkill. And you see now you got these ones going down, and you can tell that by the clue, by the indicator. I think that's pretty clever. Also, this level hides the pyramids that the desert theme has, and just shows the palm trees, which makes it more believable as a beach, you know? It doesn't entirely hide them, I think. Like, you can see a little hint of a pyramid there, but it's very... It's well hidden, I think. Also, I use these pipes in the same way that a lot of Super Mario Bros. 3 levels do, like, specifically 1-1 does. And I thought that was fun as, I thought that was fun to do that just as, you know, a little bit of flavor for this level in particular. In addition to the checker flags, in addition to the palm trees, there's a lot going on here. One final bit here. Yeet! Woo! That's a fun level. I make a lot of really fun levels, let me tell you. And I would recommend y'all check them out. Check out my Super World. Like I said, it's not complete. There's 7 levels left, and currently I'm not working on it. But once I get back in the mood to make, which, you know, I'm taking a little break, you know, creative burnout, I want to avoid that and all. Once I get back to it, those 7 levels probably gonna be pretty fucking good. Okay, that's the making time for y'all. Enjoying making and playing your own levels is the most important part. Hell yeah, dude, I love playing my own levels. You know, if anyone's played my levels more than me, I'd be goddamn surprised, because I play them a lot in the making and the testing process, and I play them a lot, like, after the fact. I love to pull up an old level and go like, yeah, let's give it a play. And I know them like the back of my goddamn hand. You know, they're very, like... There's nothing that makes me feel better than going through one of those and going like, oh goddamn, the design choices in here, mwah. You know, it feels good to look at them and go like, yeah, yeah! This super world that I'm making, god damn if it isn't great. That's your attitude you have to music composition. You make music that you want to listen to, and you're probably your biggest known supporter. Yeah, totally. I feel you, Highway. We're gonna close the queue here. Thank you all for getting your levels in. I'm gonna hit close queue, and these next 2 levels will be the last tonight. Thank you all for getting your levels in, for hanging out, for all that. A lot of people have come by tonight with great levels in tow, and I goddamn appreciate that. You know, sometimes things are a bit slow, and today was not slow in the least. And goddamn, do I appreciate the hell out of that. Amazing. Oh jeez. You've moved on from Mario Maker personally? I gotcha. Oh, started modding because it allows for more freedom. Yeah, I understand that. Personally, like, I definitely thought, like, you know, maybe after I finished with... Oh, Jesus. Maybe after I finished with like, making Mario levels, I would, try to make my own game, you know, like, feel like, I am an engineer after all. I could probably figure out how to use Unity or some shit and, you know, start making, like, my god. And start making, like, an actual honest-to-God game, but I don't know, that seems like... It does seem like an awful lot of work, I will say, and, probably one that ends with fewer people playing that game than, you know, would play one of my levels, so... It's harder... one of the things that's great about Mario Maker is it's so easy to find people to play your level, right? It's a very good distribution system to getting people in the door and going like, okay, let me play your level. You know, whereas like if you make your own game, you have to sell it for money probably, and then you have to convince people to buy it, and then you know, that's hard, man. Though, of course, I guess if you wanted it to be profitable, you'd hope that more people played it than play any of your Mario Maker levels, because, like, you know, like I said, like, my most popular levels have, like, 1,000, like, have 1,000 likes, but that wouldn't be a very profitable game, would it? If I made a game and it was, like, 1,000 people played it. I guess it's not 1,000 people played it, 1,000 people liked it. Subtle distinction there. Okay, there's the ending. We gotta get there. That's the pipe we need to do it. Wait. We need to get there. That's the pipe. Okay, I'm tracking it with my thing. Oh, it's just through there. We did it. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad, Highway. Thank you for the level. Thank you, thank you. Personally, like, the one thing that I would really like to have in a game would be, first off, I'd like to make it more like DKC, where you have multiple characters and you can either use one or the other, and you switch through them by losing them or by switching. I think that's a good way to do it. I like DKC a lot. Also, I would like barrel cannons, and that's not a thing in Mario Maker. You can sort of approximate a barrel cannon, but that's it. Just an approximation, not the real deal. Thank you for the level, Highway. That was not as scary as I thought. That's the only positive part of Mario Maker to you, just the fact that you can get people to play them. Yeah, I don't know that's the only positive. I think that it can be fun having the limitations that Mario Maker brings, and to come up with interesting solutions from those limitations, I think can produce some really clever levels, some really good shit. But goddamn, sometimes don't I crave just the ability to make, you know, bonus games DKC style, right? Or, you know, like a level that isn't constrained by the shapes levels can be in this game. Whatever, right? All that and more I find myself looking for. The next level is by Ubs, who has been chatting. Very good. Ubs is here. I'm going to pull up one of the last cards as I do this. Thinking about trying the Majora's Mask randomizer. Maybe also Prime 2. I have been a little hesitant on the Majora's Mask randomizer. I was sort of looking at that being like, oh, I really love Majora's Mask, but I don't know. But then I realized, like, oh, wait, the 3-day thing. Are you going to, like, lose all your progress every time you reset time and have to, like, find things again? Oh, that sounds rough, actually, if you think about it that way. But I'm not sure that's how that works, and I'll have to look into it. And also, I heard that you had to use glitches sometimes because the logic wasn't perfect. But maybe I should check that out. I watched some of, Linkus7. He did a video where he did Ocarina and Majora's Mask combined into one. And goddamn, if seeing that didn't make me go like, oh, I want to play the Majora's Mask side of that, actually. Like, that sounds like that could be fun. I really love Majora's Mask after all, so I don't know. Maybe I'll check that off stream. Check that out off stream. Like I said earlier, I'm doing regular streams now on Mondays and Thursdays, so I have less room to add in another stream. But maybe I'll check out those randomizers off stream and see if if I actually like them and if they're good for for the stream. I don't want to just like. I did that a bit previously, like last year, like try out randomizers live on stream, and I think that with a little more prep and a little more trying things out to make sure that they're good. Oh yeah, this is your auto scroller level that you mentioned earlier. I like how this is very well done, actually. Like the way that the spike is blocking you from going forward feels a lot more natural than in a lot of auto scrollers where there's no reason why you can't just go to the right usually, right? But now there is a reason. There's a fucking spike ball in the way, literally. There's something that blocks you off from going that way. I think that's pretty clever, man. And it also allows it to be slow without feeling slow, which is wow. That I mentioned before how Mario Maker, the limitations of it help to inspire creative solutions. That's a great example of that, actually. Wow, Oobs, great work. That's a great example of like the limitations of how auto scroll work and how you can't like tweak it or change it or make it different. That's remarkable. Well done. I should do I don't do enough comments nowadays, I guess. Cool idea. Do you have time for one super short level? The queue is closed, Highway. You should next time though, for sure. Once I say the queue is closed, it's best if I keep it closed, considering that I do want to go watch a bunch of what Dan Reichert is up to tonight. I think he's doing 2 watch parties. I think he's doing a watch party for Rocky 4 and either Rocky 3 or Rocky 5. Rocky 4 is one of his favorite movies, and is a kick-ass movie, and Rocky 5 sucks shit, so I would very much like to see the good movie of Rocky 4, and I would like to see him forced to watch the bad movie of Rocky 5. I think that's how I'm gonna spend my night after this stream is done. I get you. It would be fair to slip in another, but the stream's been going for so long. I like to keep. I gotta get it. I gotta get it done. You know how I mean? All right. Thank you for the level. It would be possible to make that with modding. Yeah, that's right. A lot of things that are hard to do in Mario Maker would be much easier in a mod or some other such thing. But I think that's part of the challenge, That's part of the challenge, and I think, to me, that's part of the fun of making in Mario. I suppose it would also be part of the fun in like, the modding process to figure out how to do it from, like, a hacking perspective. Or if you were doing it in Unity, how to do it from a programming perspective. But, still, you should probably reuse the idea. Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I agree. I think people would like it. Certainly, I liked it. Crispy Bacon. Crispy, you are up. You are last. You can go ahead and confirm. Let me just add Crispy Bacon. You are up. All right. And also Metroid Prime 2. I saw a randomizer of that was like Metroid Prime 1 plus 2. And I thought that was interesting, but I would just do the Metroid Prime 2 side of it because it's my favorite. I should try those off stream, see if they're good for content, and sort of check them before we just do a stream of them and I get in them and find like, oh, all the checks are a million miles apart, and oh, this is super hard, and it takes like 5 hours, or not 5 hours, maybe it takes like 12 hours for me because I'm not good. Oh, in which case I would maybe enjoy it less. Thank you for the follow, Oobs. I appreciate it. One last level from Crispy Bacon. I'm gonna do one more card. Oh, actually I have 2 more cards, I guess. I'll do one right here, yeah. A familiar real estate story. I saw this tweet. It's basically saying like, oh, there's a parking lot that people are vying over. I saw it on Discord and I immediately replied with a link to the empty lot page of the Yakuza wiki. And I didn't check the comments first because it turns out on the replies to this tweet, it's full of people making Yakuza jokes. I put a couple of them in the image just for context. I thought that was very funny. Yakuza 0, extremely cool game, and yeah, just an extremely good plot about a bunch of Yakuzas vying over an empty lot that is the cornerstone of a big construction project that cannot proceed until the lot's rights are acquired. It's funny how, it also happens in reality, but I guess that makes sense. Crispy, I do not see Crispy. I'm gonna do one more card. Have y'all seen Groundhog's Day? Groundhog's Day was yesterday. That's a really good movie, with, what the fuck's his name? What the fuck is his name? I was about to say Chris Murray, but that doesn't... Bill Murray. Bill Murray? No, Bill Murray is the... Jeez, who am I... What's the name I'm reaching for? Guy who's in Groundhog's Day, also Ghostbusters? Oh, Crispy Bacon is here. Fantastic. I'm glad I made time for you, Crispy Bacon. What's the guy who was in Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters... I'm thinking of Bill Murray. Did I say? Who did I say? It is Bill Murray though. Yeah, fantastic movie, very funny. The original Time Loop movie, that other such movies like Palm Springs and Live Die Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow have taken after. Really, really just a goddamn classic, and goddamn if I wouldn't like to see that again. At some point. I should. It's been a while since I've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. Let's play this last level. 5 tries on the board. Thank you for all the fantastic levels. Let's do this. Let's get it done. Look at that. I got through all the cards that I had prepared. Isn't that nice? I feel good about that. I thought that I prepared maybe a little too much. This is a very well... Oh, I like what you've done with the thwomps here. It takes some ingenuity to change a normal enemy that you've seen 100 times into something flavorful and novel. Like this is not just your granddaddy's thwomps, not just your father's thwomps. These are brand new, and they come in a variety of interesting flavors that mix things up accordingly. Look at that, we got through pretty clean. All the levels in this stream have been great. I agree, I always agree with that. Unless there's a level that is like, when someone's made a level and it's supposed to be bad, right? Sometimes you get a level like that. Oh my god, that was so clutch. Can't believe we got through that. Let's go. Yee! Woo! I thought maybe I could just run under him. That was foolish. That was foolish. Such a simple and effective mechanic. Yeah, totally. It's just a stack of POWs. It's not that unique. Actually, I had a stack of POWs in the level I showed you earlier, but, you know, used in this way, used in this, and not just in that way, but also, I mentioned before that there is such a thing as an elaboration, you know, which is to say, a mechanic that comes in different forms and is slowly evolved through the course of a level. And this level is indeed doing that. It is developing the mechanics as you go. And I think that is remarkable. That is important in a level. When I make my levels, I always make sure that after the midway, I'm always make sure to introduce a new idea. You know, a new idea, a new theme, a new something. I want to mix things up after you get a checkpoint because that's just the perfect time to do something different, you know, to surprise the player and to challenge them with, okay, you figured out all that stuff, you mastered all that, good, it's time for something new then. Check this shit out. Okay, we're fighting a boss. How exactly... Can we beat this boss, or is it just survive? Wait a minute. There's these pits, and you can totally do a thing where you lure the guy down. Hell fucking yeah, this is gonna drop him into lava. Oops. Eat shit! Oh, that's satisfying. Yeah, that is a very cool, very original boss. Oh, I got a checkpoint, didn't I? So, refresh my life. That checkpoint refreshed my doodads, my guys. That was a very good final level. Very well done, Crispy. Very well done indeed. Well, folks, that was a Mario Maker stream. It's been a busy week. I started with finishing off Sonic Adventure 2, finally, and doing a bunch of other stuff. Did some Persona on Monday, and then did the sticker special, which was a subathon type thing, where I did one level of Bad Game Sticker Star for every sub that I had in December, January, and also one that I received during the stream, which was nice to see. Next week will be a normal week. Here's the schedule for that. I'll be back. Wait, that's the special schedule. That's the schedule for this week that I did, you know, the last chance, what I just told you. I need to get rid of that because it's no longer a thing. It's no longer what it is. Next week, I'm going to be back at my normal times, normal schedule. Monday at 8 p.m. Central, Persona 5 Royale, long haul, complete playthrough of that. We're just going into I believe the 5th dungeon. So that'll be fun. We'll see what's going on there and equip some rings that give us special abilities. Like basically in that game, you can equip rings now onto your partners and onto your like side characters, and that gives them. You can give them like dark and light moves, and like if you want to put Garu on like Yusuke, you can if you have the right ring, and that is just in case you don't know, that is remarkable and super useful, and I'm going to start doing that. Up to this point, I've been using the plus 15% accessory, plus 15% experience, but I'm going to start using them next time. I'll also be doing it on Thursday, and if you want Mario Maker viewer levels, next Friday at 6 p.m. as usual. Okay, I'm going to do a raid on, I believe Dan Reichert is doing a stream. I'm going to do a raid on him. And he's probably gonna be playing. He's probably gonna be playing. Oh, he's playing some Hitman. That's nice. And I love Hitman. And he's probably gonna be doing some watch parties for Rocky 4, maybe Rocky 5 or Rocky 3. I'm not sure which movies he's doing, but at least Rocky 4, maybe another Rocky as well. I'm gonna watch that with him, and it's gonna be a long night. Thanks for coming by, and thanks. We also did. You know what we also did today? We did the 30 minutes of Facelift Mario Party 2. That was fun. I'll have to think of a new thing for that, a new goal to replace that one now that that's been cashed in. But that'll all come in time. Thank you. I'll see you next week, Monday, 8 p.m. Central. Bye, folks. Y'all have a great night and a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. I'm finding the raid now button with my mouse. Okay, bye!